Michaels, masturbated to your voice before.
Gary, Keith, and Ron, I have come to those guys probably more as often as porn.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. You're standing up and you're making me uncomfortable. What's about to happen?
My butt's sweating.
Ooh, these chairs
We
actually do get a little bit sweaty.
That usually
but usually by the
happens-
end. We haven't even
but
started.
we've been sitting here for a while.
Yeah, but this is early. Like, I'm dry as a fucking something that's dry.
Well, I got a shower not too long ago, so it's probably just.
And we know that you don't.
I just
you
wet.
don't. We know you don't dry anything off. So, fucking weirdo.
Do the whole podcast standing.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, I usually get up and get down. I rarely start standing.
Starting
I am,
up.
I am
is-
starting standing.
I thought you were gonna like
I
punch
think this is
me.
the first time Kevin stood.
Ever? No, that's
No.
not true.
Oh, no,
Very
probably not.
rarely, but I have gotten up. But fuck it, we'll do it live. We were talking last night about towels, the towel situations.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I think towels, big towel needs an overhaul
It
because
decidedly does.
yeah, and I think it's a little bit of a gender thing, but I think sometimes girls will like the nice towels and guys want like a towel. Like, I want like a rag.
Sandpaper.
Yeah.
I want sandpaper.
Because I remember my mom and dad had this argument, and then we were having it last night with girls, and I feel like, there's a aesthetic. In general, towels are a thing. Towels and sheets, when dating and stuff, girls will be like, if he only has one towel, like he's trash, or if he doesn't change his sheets or whatever. So there's a thing about towels. Yeah, welcome. But I think I hate bath towels. I like beach towels. You can catch me right now in my bathroom. I have like a big yellow, like designed, ordinarily your shower towel.
Well, why do you like a beach towel?
Because it absorbs the fucking, at least the ones I have. Because I also know there are versions of beach towels that are like soft. Basically, what I want is
any beach towel you bought in Myrtle Beach is just
Right.
gonna shed on you.
exactly. Yeah, it sheds.
But
It-
but also a problem I have with the beach towel is the size. I can't really wrap it around me.
beach towels are bigger.
That's what I mean. It's too big.
Oh.
It's like.
Oh, I
come on,
prefer the
Jesus
big-
Christ, that
I-
was insulting.
Well, I thought you were gonna say it was like you don't like small towels. I like the bigger ones. Like I have a big fucking towel right now.
Nah, when I walk out of the shower, I like to look like Angelina Jolie at the Oscars.
What the fuck?
Like,
You get
I'm
that
just-
slit
I'm
out,
just
get your
popping
leg
a
out.
leg out a slit. Like,
You
what's
are
up?
absolutely
I look like
ridiculous.
I like to look like Pierce Brosnan in the Thomas Crown Affair.
Yeah.
I want to be in a sarang on the beach.
I can see Feits doing the thing the girls do with the towels too. You wrap it up in your hair. You probably put it around your tits too.
No,
yeah, I bet you do.
There's a big difference between men who go above the belly button.
That's a gas move.
The gas
right?
who like you go between the belly button and the sternum.
The old man.
Or yeah, and
They'll
I'm
have-
down.
they'll have
you
their
see-
shit
you
up
see my
here.
Dickhead. Not my dickhead. You see the base of my dick. It's
Oh, when you're hanging low. Yeah.
the way I wear my towel, you would think I'm a Calvin Klein model.
Yeah, I was
It
gonna say, I
is-
think you think you're sexy.
It's a grotesque image.
I think you
but-
walk out of the shower being like, I'm sexy. Like looking sexy for yourself,
No.
You know when
I've
girls
also
are like, I
reached
don't
the
do it for
stage-
you, like I do it like for myself, and it's like I just want to look hot, I want to look sexy. It's you getting out of the fucking shower because we know you ain't drying your body with the towel. We know that you're just using it as like
I'm
a
just
wardrobe.
Ripping like a genuine music video.
Ride it,
the
my pony.
what was I gonna say? Yeah, no, I don't feel. I think I feel sexy until I see myself, and that's why
feel pretty.
I've reached this
Oh,
stage
so
of
pretty? Yeah.
quarantine depression where I just don't use mirrors.
Oh, up here, I am sexy.
Yeah.
I am a catch. And then,
then you run by some reflective glass and get a cold cup of water thrown on
and I'm hoping it's somewhere in the middle. Like up here is wild, like maybe like delusions of grandeur of what I look like. And then when I see myself, I'm hoping it's body dysmorphia, and I hope I fall somewhere in the middle where it's not as good as I think up here, but it's also not as bad as I see.
Imagine you had like a Snow White mirror. And you could be like, mirror,
what is
mirror
your
on the
mirror?
wall,
Oh, right,
who's the
right,
fairest
right.
of them all?
Dang,
And it
you
would
bud.
be like, my mirror would spit at me.
Yeah.
Asking
It
the
would just
question.
crack. It would just break.
My mirror would be like an asshole who asks, like, what, like spits on homeless people.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you want my charity?
I wish I had a mirror like that, and I wish it had like Dave Chappelle in there, like not you, motherfucker. Like that's it. That's almost like a magic 8-ball where it has like a certain number of responses that you get, and you ask the mirror how you look every day, and it's just like a bag of shit, dude. Like a fucking trash. You know what? The world could use that in general. Like knock some people down a few pegs, pump some people up who are overly hard on themselves. We need magic mirrors.
Yeah, I guess we kind of have that going now with Mirror, the at-home gym from Lululemon.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're just like not good looking.
Not today.
Yeah.
Today is not your day,
I imagine
pal.
if they want to make money, if they don't, they can have that idea for a fee. Just
you know us,
just fat shame people.
The
when they come
hardball
on.
negotiating businessmen over here at KFC Radio. I think. I mean, body dysmorphia is the realest thing in the world, right? Everybody's got it to some extent.
I don't think I do. I think I just.
You think you're right,
I think I'm just
but
right.
but you know what? Maybe it's not like your.
I've actually
Maybe it's not quite your body, but I think when you realize you have to treat yourself how you treat others, where it's like when I look at you, I'm not like grilling you up and down, like looking at your beard, your hair, your face, your clothes, like the same way. That's what you do to yourself. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh my god, I didn't shave, or I haven't gotten a haircut, or like, ooh, this shirt's like a little tight on me. It's like you're not looking at that and thinking that about me.
No
one is.
No,
that is
well,
so. It's
sometimes.
just. I guess like there are some people who
if it's aggressively tight, I'd be like,
but that's what I mean. If you look truly bad, whatever. But when you're nitpicking, it's kind of narcissistic to even. It is narcissistic, and to think that you're ugly, because it's narcissistic to worry that other people think that you're ugly because they're not thinking about you at all. They're not looking at you. They're not thinking. You are not important enough for them to even waste a moment of their time thinking about you and your appearance.
You're right. But also you're wrong. Because like you look like I judge people on their looks. I'm not afraid to say it. I'll stand here and say it. I judge people on their looks.
Like often though? Like every time you see them? Maybe like
the
first impression, or again if it's super ridiculous. But like every day you see these people at work or home or whatever, you're not thinking it. But I guess that the point is most people is like your first impression. So when you walking on the street or you go someplace, it's like this is the first time. But
Yeah,
you know what I
but
mean? It's
also,
just like I'm not.
it's not
like,
people I
close
see,
your
it's-
eyes right now. Like what is Nick wearing? What does he look like today? You don't fucking know, right?
You got a tan hat on and a maroon shirt?
Nope, not even close. Black and black.
Black and black.
Literally not even close. I think he's got maroon underneath, so somewhat
I thought
right.
I saw some maroon.
It's a little
Yeah,
Star
there's
Wars.
a
Not
little-
really. I mean, barely. That's my point. It's like no, no one's really looking. So shut the fuck up and don't worry.
Yeah, you're right. But I'll tell you why I've had an issue lately.
Lately,
And I
lately
start
meaning
off-
like the last 23 years, maybe.
I start off every morning with the sun insulting me.
The sun insults
The sun, because my bathroom in my and this all started. This started pretty recently. This started, let's call it 3 weeks ago. And in my bathroom, it is sun facing. So there's a mirror here, and then I have like a shower over here. And no one can hear that because we're on a podcast, or no one can see that. But the sun comes right through the window. And about 3 weeks ago, I was showering, and therefore it cast a shadow.
Oh.
And the other day I was showering, and I looked down, and it's a white wall, and you can see my shadow. And I went, whew, my dick is looking good right now. And then I said, but what is that shadow? What could that possibly be?
What was it? Your gut or something?
It was my gut.
Yeah.
It was a significant
So you
gut.
kind of had like a
And then
belly.
let me
and then-
just I'll draw you a
and then like a
picture
little
of
dick.
what my fucking body looks like right now. It is awful. And then I went, well, what's wrong with my butt? And it's just my butt.
You don't have an ass.
Exactly.
You
Kevin.
Feidelberg's back goes to his ass, goes down to his ankles. Like from your neck to your ankles is the same fucking thing. Feits is drawing this picture now. We'll hold it up to the camera. Oh, you know what? I mean, that's spot on, but it is gruesome. Head over to the
so bad.
KFC Radio YouTube page.
And,
you can
hang on, I
subscribe.
gotta
We have
make my head clear, 'cause it is
putting out.
circumcised penis.
We have all clips going up from KFC Radio. A lot of YouTube
It is.
content, and you're gonna want to see
Because
this.
the dick looks good.
Well.
The dick looks good in real life.
Yeah.
Right?
Hold it up.
It's
Hold it up
okay
steady for the
here.
camera.
But it is.
It looks almost like if you didn't
in fact,
know,
we'll throw a little bit of here too. Throw a little breast on there.
oh,
It is. That is. This is
Yeah,
a
that's
really
you.
good depiction of what
That
I
is
look
you.
like right now.
It looks like a coastal shore.
you know what's funny is like if you hold it, watch this, right? You can like it almost looks like a different body type if you hold it upside down entirely. That's you with an erection. That's that. I mean, that is
That's a Tour de France rider with an erection.
that looks like when this looks like every character from King of the Hill. You know, everybody on King of the Hill was just like this blob, like little blah character. Yeah, that is you with no ass and a fucking gut, a titty, and a dick hanging low. Did you have a halvesy going, or were you soft?
No, it was just like that's why I was like
Nothing better than when your soft dick looks good. Because ordinarily, I've said this many times before, my soft dick is so embarrassing. So embarrassing. I have the worst soft dick maybe in the world. It's just, I mean, like my balls like consume my soft dick, you know, it just eats it up. But when I'm hard, it's pretty good. I think I'm all right. But when you're hanging low with a soft dick, but for whatever reason it's like halfway full, then it's like, yeah, man, this is a great cock. John wants the camera. He wants the pen back.
I just want to like.
You're adding a nipple. What are we doing here?
I'm trying to add a nipple now.
Ah, you do.
This fucking.
That looks like a pregnant woman wearing a strap on now.
It has just become one of those like pictures where you're like, well, what is it?
You know what that looks like? It's like do you see like a blogger naked, or do you see an old woman?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
You know what we need to do?
I
Is
think
like
we should
frame
just
this.
post that
Yeah.
and be like, what is this?
Yeah. Give me some scissors. We're gonna like cut this out and frame this and shit.
That's a new Sad Boy season design.
John.
By the way, speaking of Sad Boy season, tech guy Andrew told me the other day that he got his girlfriend a hat for Christmas, and she wore it to like some hipster place in Queens to get a pizza, and the guy behind the counter was like, "Dude, what is that logo? That's so sick."
The hipsters, bro.
And-
you've hit a home run with the hipster crowd.
And she, well, until you find out where it's from.
Yeah, but that's-
she's like, he's like, is that like a local spot? And she was
That's
like,
the
no,
point.
it's actually Barstool. And he went, ah.
That's the point, though. Who fucking cares, man? It's the same thing going on with the Barstool Fund, where everything is say what you will about Dave Portnoy, but
Right.
like, yeah, like, you know, Barstool, you know, but it's like, no. If you're doing something good, it's doing something good. If you made something that looks, if you design something that's cool, that's it. Maybe it's that you have the wrong perception of Barstool.
Yeah.
You ever fucking think, if you are constantly, this happens too with our shows, where the list is ever growing. It used to be like I love PMT, but like fuck the rest of Barstool.
Right.
And now it's like, fuck Barstool except for PMT for my sports coverage, Chicks in the Office for my celebrity gossip, Lights Camera Barstool for my TV and movies, and this for that and this for that. You know, it's like you just named like half our roster.
Yeah.
So maybe you just like some of it and hate some of it, like everything else in the world. You know, it's like imagine if you were just like, man, like fuck ABC, except for The Bachelor. I like The Bachelor, but like fuck the whole rest of the channel. It's like you just like the shows
and
that
Good
you like.
Morning America, I like that.
Right.
And then and
like some TV
Big
shows?
Sky, I love Big Sky.
Yeah, you don't have to love things on the whole. Just like
And their NBA coverage, I'll admit, is great. Gotta love that.
You don't have to love everything about something, just like your body. You know, you can like a couple pieces of it and fucking hate the rest of it. Boy, that's a tough body image right there.
Would you rather have like what you have with the sun hitting you, or I have waist-high mirrors on every fucking wall?
Waist
Waist-high mirrors?
So you can only
So you
see,
get in the
like,
shower and you can only see yourself?
Well, it's in the shower. There's no mirrors.
Okay,
but,
okay.
waist high.
It's like
So what do you see?
You live in a handicapped guy's house?
Yeah, that's what. Why do those even exist?
No, it's just in the bathroom, like to my left and in front of me, just mirrors everywhere. So you just got to get real comfortable with yourself.
So what do you see when you look in the mirror? Like from your neck to your knees, from your tits to your dick? Like,
No, it's waist to ceiling,
hey, okay.
but it's like you see your whole body
Yeah,
from
that's-
multiple angles at all times.
That's like the Stu Feiner bathroom where he's always taking a shit and you see like the 360 fucking.
Oh,
view.
yeah.
It's like, I don't need to see any of that. Yeah, I feel like I would. I wish I'd lived like a vampire. Like no fucking mirrors in my place. None of that.
I remember reading an article on Tyrese way back in the day in GQ, and he said that for like 3 years. I think the article was about how he like revamped his career with Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
And it was about how like I forget the amount of time, but it was an extended period of time where he could not look at himself in the mirror.
He always was
he would
looking at
have
himself.
2 towels to like get out of the shower and have himself covered, and then he would like go.
Tyrese.
I don't understand how he could have been that out of shape. Like I don't remember. That's some body dysmorphia. I think. Like he was like if Tyrese had my body, he'd fucking kill himself rather than just hide from mirrors.
And if I had his body, I'd walk around like naked all the time. Look at me. Set your eyes upon this Adonis.
And he was thanking Will Smith for like getting Will Smith like basically
Motivated
gave him
him.
like a pump of a speech. I think Will Smith's pump of speech was actually pretty dope, where it was just like you just got to work, yada yada yada. And then but Will Smith had a line. He had a line. He said, "We're like." Look, like I might not be the funniest guy, I might not be the best looking guy, I might not be the best shaped guy.
Will Smith said this.
Yes. Yeah.
See, I hate it. I hate that shit.
But he said
it's
if
like you are the funniest guy. You are one of the best looking guys. You are one of the coolest guys. Fuck you, Will.
He said if you get on a treadmill next to me at the gym, you're getting off first or I'm gonna die. And I'm it's an over the top line, but pretty cool still.
Yeah, I wish I had that.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you can. I'll finish first.
If you get on the treadmill next to me in the gym, I'm getting off immediately because I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, because I'm huffing and puffing. I'm like my feet are like slapping on the thing.
I'll throw my towel over the thing so you can't see how long I've been running or how fast I've been running, and then I'll stop.
Definitely. I mean, or even worse than the running is the fucking lifting, when it's like, all right, well, I have like 2 of those plates going up and down. That's embarrassing. Yeah, I'm sick of those people. I'm sick of like anybody who's famous being like, yeah, man, like it's tough for me too. Like, fuck you.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. I get it, but it's also like you have to understand who you're talking to about it. You know, like I've been talking about this a lot recently. I'm fascinated by like they do like a study where they're looking at the brain and they're watching how your brain reacts to stress. And it's like you have the like 19-year-old girl who's stressing out about like final exams, and her brain is reacting. And you have like me, like I'm a single dad, 2 kids, ex-wife, social pariah, all these like bigger problems, you know? And our brains are reacting the same way.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, so yeah, you can't be like, dude, it's your college exams is what's stressing you out. Fuck you. Because her brain knows no different.
It is
and then
funny
the person
when you go back.
who has it worse than me and the guy who has it worse than that guy who's like, you know, fighting in war.
Right.
It's like your brain, they're all reacting the same way. So you can't, like they can't help it, but it is then funny to when you go back and you're like, I can't believe that used to stress me.
When you go, like, I try. I'm not perfect. I try not to like pass judgment on what other people are stressing about.
Yeah,
because like objectively, I have nothing to stress about in my life.
Right.
But I do.
Yeah.
But like when I personally go back and think about the things I used to get stressed about, I'm like, what a fucking idiot you are.
Or when I used to
probably
be
project that onto people who are currently doing it. But
when I used to say I don't have enough time, like, and now I don't have enough time, you know. And I'm sure when I'm 40, I'll be like, I can't believe when I was 35, I didn't think I had enough time.
Yeah.
But there was a period of time where I was like mid-20s, and I'd be like, I can't go to the gym. I don't have enough time for that. What was I doing? I had literally nothing but time. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different, I guess the lesson here, young, old, rich, poor, famous, normal, whatever, you have a lot of reasons to doubt yourself and not have self-confidence. But that's where a company like Roman comes in to build up your self-confidence with a real you know what I like about Roman?
sometimes you gotta just
Yeah.
do it. Sometimes you gotta just do it, folks.
That's what they pay the medium bucks for, Roman. I will tell you that what I like about Roman, and that this will segue out of it into our next segment, because I want to talk about therapy, because what I like about Roman is that it's like tangible, real shit that's going to help you. And I know that therapy can help you, but it also is like, you know, not tangible. And it's all like mental and emotional. And you got to work at it. Whereas Roman is like, we will fix the fact that your hair is falling out. Your soft penis, we will get it hard. Your dick that pops off too quick in bed, it will not, because we have medicated swipes and we have medication, we have pills, we have supplements, we have actual shit that you can take right now that's either prescribed by a doctor or not even necessary for a prescription, that will directly fix your issues. If you're losing your hair, we can stop it. We can help you grow it and keep it thick. If your dick can't get hard, we have erectile dysfunction. And most importantly, my favorite of all, the Roman swipes, which I still don't think people give it enough credit. Like Time Person of the Year should have been Roman for making your dick last longer in bed. That is a problem that has haunted man forever.
Not anymore.
And you know what? It's probably the pinnacle of men, guys in this generation. Like, we don't know how to process things. We don't know how to like get in touch with our emotions and work through our issues. And this is why, because we were just always sitting in the back of our head going, my dick sucks. My dick sucks. If I do land the girl in my dreams and I have sex with her, the sex is going to be bad. And it was just constantly in our brains. And now we don't have to worry about that because Roman has come in with these swipes. It's going to help us last longer in bed. Right now, go to getroman.com/KFC. And you'll get your first month of
This is another
swipes.
thing in my bedside pocket, by the way.
Just reach in,
my
grab some
kangaroo
Sour
pouch.
Patch Kids, some cereal crumbs, some sunflower seeds, some tobacco, and some medicated
weed pen.
swipes and a weed pen.
That's what I need to fall asleep. I
Yep.
need swipes, weed, Sour Patch Kids. Which honestly, I do need Sour Patch Kids too. That's become just part
of your routine to go sleep.
Routine, yeah.
Let me tell you, Roman, next thing you got to do is some sleep supplements or medication because so go to getroman.com/KFC, get those swipes for just $5.
All right, before we get into our next segment, if you have ADD, you probably do. You probably have no attention span. You have probably no ability to retain information for hours on end, and you just want quick, digestible clips that are funny. Head over to the KFC Radio Clips page. You can watch funny little quick hitters. You don't have to dedicate much time to it. Click over there, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the bell, and laugh.
I don't know if what I was doing translated. I was getting distracted and just like looking around at other stuff.
I like it.
There it is. There it is.
I was just like kind of staring at it.
That's probably gonna be funny. The sleep thing, like, it's so bleak and depressing for me when I think about. I'm not asking my body to do much anymore. I'm not asking.
But that's the problem.
I'm not asking to go out there and dunk on a 9-foot hoop like Tom Segura did. Shout out to Tom. I do want to make it clear we were making fun of his injury. Right prior to that injury, he also dunked on a 9-foot hoop.
With two steps.
Tip of the cap. Yeah,
Thank you.
with ease. Like over the rim. It wasn't like he just barely got it in. So tip of the cap to Skywalker Tommy Segura. He does deserve a little more love for that. But I'm not asking my body to be able to do that. I'm not asking to like go pro. I'm not asking to even be able to go to the gym and exercise. I just want to lay down and sleep. Body. How come you can't give me that?
What time did you go to bed last night?
Last night, I probably went to bed at like 12.
Okay. What time did I go to bed last night?
What, like 4?
4:30.
Oh my god.
Maybe honestly, maybe.
What do you do all that time?
I got up from the living room at like 4:15. I went to bed and put on the Curb. So I would guess probably 4:40. I did at least one episode of Curb. So 4:45 to 5.
I mean, I used to do that prior to kids. At the time, my wife would go to bed at like 9, and I would stay up for like an entire day after that. I mean, it's funny when you like. I always compared it to like there was a period of time where me and you basically lived in different time zones.
Yeah.
It was like I was on the West Coast or you were on the West Coast, whichever it was. It was like, there's definitely recently been times where like I'm waking up. We're both awake at the same time, but you haven't gone to bed yet, and I'm just waking up. We both see 5 a.m. on the clock for opposite reasons. But yeah, when it's like, oh, I did like another 6 or 7 hours of living after you went to bed. That's crazy.
It is crazy. It is a problem.
Yeah.
It is not good.
You want to be asleep.
Yeah,
You wish
yeah.
you were.
I'm
Are
like-
you
I'm
trying
like-
to go to sleep?
I'm like closing my eyes.
How long before you give up and you're just like, I'm gonna go back to the couch and watch TV or something like that?
Never. Because I was saying
You'll
bed
try
and
to
watch
stay
TV.
bed. I mean, I slept the other night. Usually the nights that I have my kids, I just go to sleep like with them because I'm fucking tired. So like the other night, I slept from 9 to 3, and that's like 6 hours,
Yeah.
And the human body probably should get like 9 or 10 or whatever to really be regenerated. But when you have a job and shit, 6 is about it. So then I was like, I probably should just get up and start. But like my kids are gonna probably sleep till like almost 8, so I have like 5 hours to go. But I hate
Go to the gym?
Yeah, I mean,
No, I was kidding.
come on. Like I should do something productive in that time period, though. But there is nothing worse.
Sometimes it's just so clear. I don't know how to deal with children. I just told you to leave them alone and go to the gym.
Yeah, that's not how it works. Couldn't do that.
I was kidding, not because of the kids. I was kidding because you wouldn't go to the gym. They hadn't even factored
it's
into my
an
decision.
impossibility for me to do that. Although I've thought about it
Put
before.
a bowl of soggy cereal at the base of their bed. Go lift some weights.
I have thought about it before. Like, how long do you think you can leave your kids alone for? At what age?
Longer
too?
than you think.
Definitely. It's almost like, they're
How
kind
old's
of like
Shay?
a puppy. She's 5.
Oh, I started getting left home alone at 4.
Well, there's what not to do.
No, not for extended periods of time, but like my mom would like run to the store and things like
So
that.
yeah, things like that where it's like oh shit, I forgot to pick up milk and like they need their bottles, or like we ran out of diapers, or there's definitely been times where I'm like, I need some fucking Benadryl for these kids. And 99.9999% of the time, I could probably hop in the car, drive there, come back, and it's like 11 minutes, and they don't even flinch, like they didn't even wake up. But
That .01.
yeah, and you know what the .01
You're
really
in
is?
some trouble.
The
with
.01
the law.
Yeah. The .01 to me is not even like, God forbid, like the house catches on fire or there's actually a problem. The .01 for me is like if I get like locked out of the house when I did that, or like I get pulled over, or someone hits me, and it's now I'm in a car accident and I should be home. Like
That's true.
things like that where it's like they're gonna be fine, but now I'm gonna be in trouble. That is the real problem. But I've had some Podfathers discussion here with guys there's a guy who was a dad here who was like, yeah, I'll like run to the store, and I was like, whoa, that's bold, bro.
Yeah, I hadn't even factored in again because
leaving the children.
yeah, I hadn't factored in like the car accident and stuff like that.
Yeah, things that you didn't do anything wrong,
Yeah.
but shit can happen where it's like, now what, But there is nothing worse to me. No worse feeling in the world than laying in bed wanting to go to sleep and your body just won't comply.
I'll have my eyes closed.
Learning the world of weed has like saved my life, where it's just like I don't have any weed on me right now. I got to hit up my King Spider. But when like that is hit the pen and you just go back to fucking sleep. But laying there just being like, go the fuck to sleep, body. Just fucking shut down. Again, I'm not asking you much. I'm asking you to do nothing. It's almost like the pandemic. We're just asking you to sit at home and watch TV, and we can't do it for some reason. I just want to take a long nap, and you won't give it to me, motherfucker.
I'll give my eyes closed 30 minutes, and then once 30 minutes are up, then I'm like, well, I'm gonna stay up again, and I just open it up, like start a new show, and I just watch that show, and I'm like, all right, I'll try for 30 minutes again. And it's basically 30 on, 30 off of eyes closed. Rather than
masturbation used to work, and now that doesn't put a dent in me.
Please.
I used to come and be like, okay, now I'm loopy and sleepy, and now it's like, whatever, dude.
I don't know when it started. It was probably within the last year, but like I do need to eat right before I fall asleep.
That's like the worst thing you can do.
It's great. I know it is. I know it's
They tell
completely
you
counterintuitive.
not to do that. Yeah.
And I need to like either a bag of chips in bed or some food, and I'm out pretty quickly after that.
I'm on by the way, I still want to make my therapy point in a second, but I'm on my Rice Krispies Charms is my new shit.
Saw a picture of that.
It's so good.
I think
You
I
don't like marshmallows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind marshmallows. I don't like the freeze dried.
Yeah, that's
I know
what's
it's
funny.
crazy. I know people talk
yeah.
about picking out the grains out of the
Right. I
Lucky
don't
Charms and stuff like that.
It's so weird that if you gave me like a marshmallow, like a white puffy one,
it's making my nipples hard just thinking about it.
Yeah, if you gave me one of those and it was stale, I'd be like, this is disgusting. But it's the same thing as like, if you gave me a piece of bread that was crunchy, I'd be like, this is stale. You give me croutons, I love them.
Right.
So it's all about your framework. But the Rice Krispies mixed with the Crispix, and I have a bowl of a bag of just marshmallows that I put in. It's the best cereal I've ever had. I am going to perfect. I'm going to become a cereal maker. I'm going to go get like the freeze dried fruit type things. I'm going to get some chocolate things. I'm going to get all different bases, and I'm going to be a cereal alchemist, and I'm going to make. That's it. I'm a cereal maker from now on.
I wonder what the copyright there is.
Because
Like if I just mix two cereals,
there are things like Magic Stars that are like Lucky Charms, but just like bootleg. You know what I mean?
That's true, right?
So you don't have a patent on like oats. You might have a patent on this shape or that like, specific flavor. But I'm coming for your ass, big cereal. Watch the fuck out. Can you violate HIPAA on yourself?
No.
Then we have a new line of content, my friends. I had a therapy session the other day that if I had it filmed and we put it out, would
Also,
be
I'd like
gold.
to just clear myself of any.
Responsibility.
I
he's
don't.
absolutely wrong.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm right. I can tell you like what surgeries I've had. Just the doctor performed the surgery.
True. Yes, correct. I had 2 sessions with this therapist who was like supposed to be like amazing, like world class. which Lord knows I need that. And the first one, I was a wreck. I was like weeping through the whole thing. And then the second one, I was here too. So like my whole vibe was different.
It's
I'm not gonna
very
be-
weard doing it.
Yeah.
You do it in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's odd because you're always just thinking these microphones are on.
And she had me, not even that though, just like, I don't know, people walk in or I got to go back out there afterwards. I can't be like a total mess. She had me draw a circle, make it like a pizza pie. She was like, write, all the things in your life that are important to you and then rank them from like 1 to 10, And so I do that. And it's
Where
things.
was I?
What?
Where was I?
It was things. It was like family, like finances, interpersonal relationships, work, hobbies. Just all those things. And I told her, I'm like, none of these are like bad. Some of them are bad. Some of them are bad.
like how
my-
they're going.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Like my emotional like health and my physical health are zeros. Like they're catastrophic. Those could be better. But the rest of these things, like therapy will probably help me get through a lot of like inner shit and will make me get from good to like maybe like really good or like great even. But if I need to be going from bad to like okay. That would be the bigger motivator for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if work was like I got fired from my job and I need to like become a better person so that I can like hold down a job. Or like I can't have a girlfriend. I can't have any relationships because I have all these issues. So I need to like learn how to do that. I can do all these things. So I was kind of like, you know what? Like things are like okay. And she was like, who are you? Like what happened to the first guy I talked to? I was like, I don't know. Like things are just different today, And so, long story short, it ended with her going like,
Oh, you're world class and you don't know how to deal with bipolar syndrome? Thanks.
So it ended with her going like, I think you need to like take a moment and figure out if this is even something you want to do. And I was like, well, that was the wrong thing to say. Because now I'm gonna be like, well, then I don't.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off.
If you don't want me, I don't want you. I quit.
Yeah. I quit therapy. I mean, it's. And I feel like had I been able to put that out, and people who know me like watch her reacting and watch her being confused and me being like, yeah, I don't really care. I was kind of like, listen, I don't really give a shit about me. She was like, what? And I was like, listen, if my family is good, my friends are good, my work is good, my finance is good, everybody else is good. If it's an emotional like tormenting life inside of me, that's fine. As long as you're good, I can deal with all my shit being horrible. And she was
I've
like,
been
this is
dealing
so
with it.
bad. This is so horrible.
I've been internalizing it for
Yeah.
32 years. You think
Yeah.
I'm going to stop now?
Right.
I'm halfway done.
I am pot committed to this lifestyle, babe. There is no sense in folding this hand. I'm just going to ride what's on the river. Flip the cards over, bitch. But I was like, have you never done therapy for an Irish Catholic person? Like, have you never encountered this? This is what we do.
That's what, like, the only thing we're trying to figure out in my therapy is just, like, if that's my personality or if I have a problem.
Yeah.
And she's like, I think it's just
It's you.
I think it's just who you are. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I guess so. Like,
Do you
there's,
think...
there's nothing that fixes this.
I thought that we were pretty common and average, as always. Like, I feel like me and you, the reason why we are even successful is because we are just medium all the way through, Like that most people can relate to us and most people do things the way we do. But now I'm starting to feel like especially talking to this therapist who, has allegedly, supposedly talked to like everybody and everything and fixed all sorts of problems. She was like baffled by me. And I was like, are motherfuckers really not like this?
But
Like,
I actually, I like that.
well,
I like
so-
her not being able to
Yes.
help me. I get
Right.
off on that.
Yes. I kind of feel like,
Like
cool.
you're just emboldening me.
Yes. Like I am
and-
not, you know what? Because you know why? I'll let you with some therapy right now. Because for the first time, we're special. You've never encountered something like this. Even I had a weird. I got off with all my like physical injuries. I remember my doctor when my back was fucked up. He's like, he's done like something like 10,000 surgeries or whatever. He's like, I can count on one hand the amount of times I've encountered like an injury situation like yours. And I was like, that's right, motherfucker. Ain't nobody got busted up discs like me.
Go ahead,
I'm
you
the
can write
man.
about me in a medical journal
Yes.
if you want.
Yes. I want to be the guy when they're like, they get on the phone and they're like, send on all the interns. They got to see this. I want them to observe me like I'm fucking Blanca.
I
'Cause
had
I'm
a girl-
special case.
And when I was probably a sophomore in college, so like she's not fucking doing her dissertation or something like that, but she was a psych major, and I didn't even like talk to her. Like, we weren't even really like we went to high school together, And then like sophomore in college, she's like, I think we're still AIM. She's like, AM me, and she's like, can I do a paper on you? And I was like, we weren't even like that close in high school, but sure, I guess. And it was just about like apathy, I guess, or something. And I was like, this feels pretty cool. Like,
Yeah.
What are your questions?
Right.
I don't care about them. Like, that's
Fire away. I will give you an indifferent answer.
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. And then the my favorite part of them not being being able to grasp things is like, as you'd imagine, she's like, so what's childhood like? And then I just like, I don't know, I started being alone at 4. I just tell her one thing. I just run game on her.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And like it's not like
Like you're
it
like
feels
trying
weird
to like fuck her or hook up with
no,
her.
no,
but you're just
I'm not
trying to,
running.
like,
I'm
run
running
game in this-
material.
Yes,
I'm
yeah,
running
yeah.
material, and I'm just like, I'll just tell her stories of like I told her the I think the hospital story.
Yeah.
So the December.
You're just doing one thing.
I just do one thing I learned,
Yeah.
and she's like, wait. What?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, that's funny. What are you doing? And
Yeah, look at that bitch.
Knowing that story, it's like, yeah, if you tell that to a therapist, they're going to be concerned.
yeah.
That is a very funny story.
Yeah, and I forget another one I had, and she's like, so that's why everything's fine. It's because at a young age you were not allowed to have emotions, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't care. Like, it's not like it's not. It does. I think I said this last episode. Like, I don't care why I am the way I am.
Right.
And if you can't fix it, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
because it's just the way I am.
So I said that too. I was like, listen, what like absolutely torments me is I have guilt from like my divorce, and now I know I'm separated from this woman, and I know I'm not around my kids all the time when I feel like I should be. And if I get to a place where I'm like, I've made peace with that, but it's all still happening, who fucking cares? And I said to her, I was like, as a matter of fact, I think that's even worse. I think if I've made peace with the fact that if I'm not around for my kids 7 days a week, then I feel like a deadbeat dad.
yeah, next thing you know, you wake up in the morning, you go to the gym at 3 a.m. and you forget they were even there.
Exactly.
Because you made peace with the whole thing.
And then she was like, I could see her in her eyes being like, you're an idiot, but okay. And she was like, no, but when you work through that and you let go of that guilt and you become better, like a better person, and you can have your control of your emotions and stuff, then you'll be able to like have relationships with other girls. And I was like, well, I can do that. I've done that already. And she's like, okay, all right, fine. But like, then you'll be able to like go out with friends and like have fun. And admittedly, I do need to do that more and be better at that. But I was like, no, but I can do that. She was like, and you'll be better at work. And I was like, we kind of kill it at work. Like, everything's fucking okay. And she was kind of like, well, what are we doing here? You know? And I was like, I don't know. Like, you tell me. I thought that was your job.
That was cool.
Make that into a gift. See? Now I feel special. That's all I need. You know what? I don't need therapy anymore. I threw a piece of paper and it came back to me. Let's go. But when you look at a picture like that and you know that's what A, you look like, and B, that's what your mind knows you look like, you need therapy, bro. All right, let's get into it. We haven't even touched
I was
any
going to
of the
say, Nick,
topics.
how long have we been recording for?
An hour?
35
35 minutes.
35 minutes.
The
We have
podcast
not-
started.
Yeah, we have not touched a topic.
That was a
This is
30
why we're never going to have a short podcast. I'm sorry.
This
We
is
have
a-
not touched a topic that we decided we wanted to touch yet.
That was a 35-minute intro. That technically was an ad read for Roman. The whole fucking thing. So the podcast starts now. It's brought to you by Cuts Clothing. Oh, I'm wearing Cuts today right now. This is a Cuts hoodie, just by chance. I like this. The new hoodies they came out
I was
with.
honestly thinking that's a sharp hoodie.
Yeah, they make these. This material is kind of like athletic-y material. It's a little bit more, it's the perfect. I know this has been the vibe the whole time in pandemic, where everyone now is dressing comfortable. But if you wear like your like pajamas type of hoodie, people can tell. And this is more of like a sleek, nice, stylish hoodie. The way that it kind of like crisscrosses here at the top looks like this. The stitching and the design of it all looks pretty cool. I got one in all white. That's
You can
like
definitely
very
tell
sharp.
it's not like a throwaway hoodie.
Right,
That's-
I didn't get this at like Modell's to go like work out.
It's a
This is,
game
like,
day
nice,
hoodie.
yes. So they've got the hoodies now to go along with the t-shirts that they've been, world class t-shirts that they've been famous for. You can buy all of these shirts in all different mono colors, not mono, but they're all just what's it called? I don't know. It's just one color. I guess mono. I don't know.
Monotone?
Yeah, monotone. So you can get black, gray, white, tan,
monotone,
navy, like the classics.
Monochromatic?
Monochromatic, sure. Their whole thing is, you open up the closet, you grab the one that matches, and you're good to go. You don't have to waste time. You have, a classic
classy wardrobe that kind of rolls with everything. They said take a plain T-shirt, make it Tony Stark. I like that.
Yeah.
You can get it in. You can change your collar. You can change your waist like hem and the color. So you can do like a V-neck tan, elongated tee, or you can do a scoop neck hem
sick.
tee with the brown. Yeah. So you just mix and match the color and the styles and the cut, and so you know what's that? You have like the permutations. You know what permutation is? Remember that? Yeah. Where you got like 60,000 different combinations, all from just a handful of colors and styles. Entrepreneurs wear it. Athletes wear it. Podcast hosts wear it. Everybody loves the cuts. According to GQ, it's the only shirt worth wearing, and GQ is the gospel. You know that. So go to cutsclothing.com/Clancy this time. Clancy will get you 15% off. That's cutsclothing.com/Clancy for Cuts Clothing, the only shirt worth wearing. Kim and Kanye are getting a divorce. Moment of silence for them.
I
That was a quick
know
moment.
you're being sarcastic, and I don't think you should be.
No, I think I should be.
I don't think so.
I think they were a trash couple from the jump.
I think that celebrity couples, while often admonished, should be revered and should be treated like aging in presidential years.
Okay.
Because
like if they made it 10 years, it's more like, you know,
If you
it's
made
like
it
dog
6,
years almost.
yeah. If you made it 6,
100.
you guys were married for 40
that's fair.
years.
I actually agree with that. I just don't think they're a good example for your theory.
How come?
Because I
I think
they,
they're the best example.
I think that they were like totally like a business transaction. I don't think there was ever love.
I disagree with that. I don't know why. Probably from like the 3 clips I saw on the Kardashian show on the state TV. But I think they're the best example because of what they put each other through. That like if you last 6 years putting each other through that is that's incredibly impressive. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's like, I mean, just think about like when you're in a regular relationship and your significant other starts saying like, I'm gonna start going to the gym.
Yes.
And you're like,
right.
oh fucking K, dude. Think of you, they came downstairs saying they were God.
I'm gonna be president.
I mean, president just like Kanye thinks he's Jesus Christ.
Right.
Like president.
And you know what?
President's him. He took it down a notch.
And you know what's even worse than that? Is when Kim came downstairs and was like, I'm going to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
That's more far-fetched than Kanye saying he's going to be God.
And
So both of them are probably
but
like,
just like-
let me pick up my eyeballs that just rolled out of my fucking head, you asshole.
Even the things they said to each other that they did that they were successful about, you'd be like, oh my God, they're fucking doing it again. Yeah. And you want to have a significant other who has aspirations and dreams.
Sure.
Because otherwise, you're like, what are we fucking doing here?
Yeah.
But if their aspirations are, I want to be the first billionaire CEO of Adidas. I demand to be on the Adidas board. I want to build a church in fucking Wyoming. It's gonna be an underground church. You'd be like, and there are things he did.
Yeah.
He fucking did it. But I'd still, the moment you told me, I would be filled with so much rage
Absolutely.
and anger. I'd be like,
oh,
will
we're
you
gonna-
just go change the diaper, Kanye?
Right.
Like,
And-
stop designing futuristic sneakers and just go take care of the baby for a second. Like,
And her being, you know, I got to go see Donald Trump today because I got to like get this person out of prison. And it's like, and she fucking did it. But it's also like, Kim, shut up.
And
just
then
go
you-
do makeup. Just go like show your ass on TV again. Fuck off.
but then you also have the fire it's fueling in the sense of that, like, well, I gotta fucking pull my weight. So you're like, I can't even have a Sunday off to worship God. I have to go build a church because she built this empire here. And you're just competing and rolling eyes and competing. And you're just like, get me the fuck out of this relationship. Let me just have some peace for a moment. Like, if you have that,
They really are. They're kind of like the embodiment of like money's the root of all evil, or like, you know, like if they weren't so successful, they probably had more of a shot of just like being a couple.
Right.
But they were both so successful, and it became both a competition and like business and all that they just kept.
And like to do that for 6 years
With 4 kids.
is a long ass
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Like Kanye built a house that is just white everywhere.
Have you seen the fight over the house?
No.
So
You should probably like fucking take it. This thing's ugly as shit.
Well, they don't think so. I agree, but So she owns all of the land and all of like everything else, but he owns the actual like building. And then I think they like split the cost of the renovations to turn it into that like white palace. And so there's like a big fight over like who gets what, because like I own the land, but you own the actual structure.
What was the
It's like
the
also-
McDonald's movie called?
Super size?
No.
The one about the guy.
Yeah. The one about Ray Kroc,
yeah,
whatever his name is.
The Found? No.
Yeah, I think it's the founder.
Founder?
Yeah. What we're dealing with here is the same fight that McDonald's franchise owners ran with for a while.
What,
'cause-
the actual building versus like
versus the land.
Yeah.
And I think Kim's gonna come out on top. Here.
Yeah, so do I. So do I.
It is.
You know what she should do, if we want to get spiteful with it, is she should just demo that shit. Just implode it. Be like, I win, it's mine, and I'm ruining it. like Shooter McGavin style. Like, I'll piss on the ashes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll burn it down. Whatever.
Imagine that all of the Kardashian women just like pull their pants down and squat and pee on the ashes of Kanye's house. So the rumors are that they were supposed to be divorced a long time ago, and then pandemic hit and backed that all up, which I think is a very common thing and probably the worst thing of all time.
I was gonna say, yeah.
That
it seems like
is-
it would just exacerbate the problem.
Could you imagine being like, because I know this firsthand, where there's so much paperwork and things take so long that there's really not much urgency, because it's like, well, you haven't gotten back to me. It took 6 months to even get this like email,
Right.
so I'll get to it when I get to it. Can you imagine back on, like March 9th or whatever it was, you're like, I'll send it on Monday. And then it's like, no, you will not. And now you are trapped with that person. And then you're like, oh, all right, like 2 weeks. All right. I can just like buckle down, batten down the hatches and just do this for 2 more weeks. And then 9 months later, you're still fucking married to this person and still. But it sounds like they've been like separate for a long
I was
time.
gonna say, yeah, they have enough homes where you can be like,
Yeah.
I'll just we'll get to the paperwork when we get to the paperwork. I'm gonna go live in Florida. I'm
He
gonna go live in Wyoming.
he showed up to like one of the kids' birthday parties, but like wasn't really there otherwise.
Showed up to
And then-
Kim's.
Kim's birthday party, yeah.
That was such a funny blurb.
Remember
where
that
it
when
was
he
like,
gave her the hologram too, though, and she was so about, like, you would have thought they were like so in love, and she was probably like, all right, cool gift, dick.
Can you get out of here so I can hang out with my boyfriend?
Yeah.
The article in page 6 was like Kanye didn't want to be in pictures, didn't want to do anything. All he did was bring that hologram and then left.
Yep.
And it's like,
By the way, so that's a lie.
all
you know.
he did was
All he did was like come up with the most like unique gift of all time.
well, also now the fucking talking like
Yeah, it makes sense.
now it makes a lot more sense when it's like Robert
You're the-
Patch is like
The best
every,
husband ever. That
every time you that, and also every time you hear a loud fart, that's me.
yeah. Your fucking fart dad.
Yeah.
The headline I thought was hilarious. Kim Kardashian reportedly cheats on Kanye West with many, many men. I mean, that is tough.
That is,
But
also
apparently that
brave of
the-
those
the-
men. I would not.
Yeah, but at
fuck
the same
Kim
time,
Kardashian.
You would know it's a bad idea and it's dangerous, but you would.
Yeah, probably
If Kim was like,
probably more
fuck me.
excited to do
If
it.
Kim Kardashian was like, fuck me right now, I would give her the best 5 seconds of my fucking life. I mean, that's a chick who, and I mean this in the most respectful way, the most feminist way ever. Out of all the women, like in the world, maybe even, if that chick comes at you and is like, fuck me, she might be like number one on the planet, where it's like, okay. Like there might be, you might think this woman is hotter, you might think you like this person better, like whatever. But when it comes down to just like, she's this like bad
primal.
bitch, clout bearing, powerful woman, famous, like just, and like she wants to fuck me, like, okay. I probably couldn't even get hard for Kim Kardashian. I'd probably be so fucking, I would need my Roman, no doubt. Like, hang on one second, Kim. Shh, rip open my swipe, rub it on. But I would, you think Kim's good in bed? You know, we've seen the Ray J one, and it was not great. But
I think it was better than
You think
fucking
so? I thought it
better
was
than
bad.
Paris.
well, Paris is terrible.
Paris is bad.
That's a bad bar to put
It's
up.
not
you know?
like it's not the greatest sex
who's
tape
like
ever.
who's like a good celebrity sex tape performer.
I mean, I don't think there are that many.
Yeah, but I don't think any of them are all that good either. Have you ever seen one that's like, oh, she threw down?
I haven't seen, but also we got to take into account times have changed since these
True.
were all filmed.
But that's also what I mean is like, yeah. So has there been one where the bar has been raised and people
I don't
are
think
ready
you
to
can
go?
have a sex tape anymore. I think.
What do you mean?
I think because it's sex tape. There was a stretch of time there.
I disagree. We can.
I think there was a stretch of time where just the fact that like, oh, they're naked and having sex was the appeal.
Right.
And now I think we're hyper judgmental of them. And it's like back then you would put on a video and it's like, ooh, this is kind of freaky. They're not wearing a condom.
Yeah.
Like-
That's why that guy Jay Alvarez or whatever, when he was like cooking up the fucking coconut oil and pouring it on her asshole and stuff. I
Right.
was like, all right, this is like some new age shit. Like,
Yeah.
this guy's going in. Like this guy's eating his chick's butt on a sex tape. That's how it is real life, but we haven't seen that yet on camera.
Because I think a celebrity, it's either a celebrity put out a sex tape now, it either has to be so good where it's gonna be too horrifying for mainstream.
And
like they're no longer have mainstream copies. It's like, we're not working with this person. I just saw her give a fucking rim job like, while her stepmom sucked his dick. And then or it's gonna be so bland where it's like, ew, they're bad in bed.
Right. Who do you want to watch?
They would both equally hurt your brand.
Which is worse? I think it's worse to be boring.
I think it's worse financially to be
Freaky.
a freak.
Like you might become more untouchable.
Yeah, you'd be like, I'm not fucking working with them. They're like,
but for your personal brand, you know, it's like that game that we tried to play a couple times, Horror Bore, that those guys in DC came up with, where it's like you try to figure out how many guys a girl has slept with, and you decide whether they're a whore or a bore at the end. And you would think that being called a whore is worse, but I think calling a girl a bore is like, I'm not boring.
right.
Like, I'm not a whore either, but I'm not boring. I think I'd rather be outed as, if you're going to have to get outed, if there's going to be a leak or whatever, I'd rather be like, people like,
Well,
clutching
me
their pearls.
personally, yes.
Yeah.
But the level of people who are putting out sex tapes.
Yeah, they want it.
Like,
I don't know.
I'd
Even that,
rather-
though, like the way the world is going, where it's like, yeah, all right, maybe you're going to lose your deal to like, I don't know, Reebok. Or like, I'd rather then still connect with like the people who are like, yeah, that person throws down, or that person, like, they have sex like I do, or like that's more relatable. And then like in the long run, I think you'll be better off.
I don't know. I think.
Because I think the eventually like the big brands will come back around. Because that's another thing, by the way. I bet you, if you play your cards right and you have like good PR, if somebody drops you for having sex, they're gonna get in trouble.
Slut shamed.
Yeah, slut shame. It's not even. It's like, this is my husband or my boyfriend, my girlfriend. Like, this is my monogamous, just like sex life, and you're gonna like prevent me from earning a living
And
because I
also,
like to.
It's a federal crime to put that out there.
Federal crime. We know that. Federal crime. Yeah, I bet you can't drop somebody anymore.
You definitely.
You can, but I bet you get backlash if that person plays their cards right, and they're just like, this was a private moment between me and my husband or girlfriend, and you're gonna judge my sexual behavior.
I mean,
Kim, if it's a person like Kim, her fans will boycott that company so fucking fast their heads will spin.
right, but we're talking about like, you're not at that level of fame, but you're famous. You're not Kim Kardashian is, but you're at the level of fame Kim was before her sex tape.
Yeah,
And
right.
That person, like,
Yeah, that person get kicked up the curb real fast.
yeah, if you fucking get videos released and you're like, look, it was a consensual blow bang between me and my husband's 9 friends. Like, I don't care. You're not doing commercials for NBC anymore.
Yeah.
I would get that. It's
Right.
very progressive. I'd also be like, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I see where you're
Right, that's like you're getting like canceled. It's like, yeah, we just can't do these things on network TV.
Yeah.
And it's like the Shane Gillis shit, where it's like you're in the wrong company or the wrong place. We just can't do these things anymore if you are a pseudo porn star. But who's a celebrity you want, like, you think their sex tape would be like, whoa?
I don't even know celebrities anymore, man.
I want to watch Brad Pitt fuck so bad.
Okay. We're going guys. I can do that.
Definitely. I want to see Brad Pitt's dick game. Because I also wonder sometimes, I mean, when you're pretty, you're really, really pretty, guys or girls, you're probably not good in bed. As far as the, old adage kind of goes. It's like, they don't need to try hard. They don't need to go above and beyond. They, you give pretty girl head and it's bad because it's like, at the end of the day, after this, I gave you like lame head, or I'm a dead fish in bed, but I'm a 10, so you're going to keep me around. But I feel like Brad Pitt kind of breaks that mold.
I think Brad Pitt does. I think, God, this is putting on the spot here. I think that,
I think a Megan Fox sex tape would be bangerang.
yes.
Megan Fox, Machine Gun Kelly sex tape right now would be worth the watch.
I think Megan Fox.
I'll watch a fucking cam girl video, Megan Fox, because I think it's just
I will watch Megan Fox paint her toenails, even the fucked up toe, and I'll get off.
no, she's a fucked up toe. She's
Fucked up thumb. I'll watch her get a manicure with that toe thumb, and I'll get off on that.
I always just think the article in like Rolling Stone or whatever way back when with her like as she was coming out and they like tracked down her
Megan,
old
you know what?
boyfriend in Florida.
Yeah.
And he was just like, she was just too much woman for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if you're saying that about a girl, like she was just too much for me.
It was John Mayer said Jennifer Aniston's sexual napalm,
Yes.
which I find hard to believe.
Oh, I find it easy to believe because that was post Brad Pitt.
Right,
She probably picked up a few lessons from the man.
The rest of her persona,
No.
she's the opposite of. She's exactly what I'm talking about. Of like, I think she's like prissy and proper and super hot, and I'm surprised that she's not a dead fish in bed.
I think
The fact that she can blow John Mayer's mind is nuts.
a significant amount of roles.
Oh yeah,
Where
in the Doctor movie where she plays the doctor.
She's a dentist in
Dentist,
Horrible Bosses.
yeah.
She has that scene in We're the Millers. Mm-hmm. And then she also
she's
has
naked in the breakup. She's walking down the hallway.
a character appearance on 30 Rock, where she is Liz Lemon's friend from college.
See,
And
isn't
she's
that-
just like
okay.
the slutty friend who's trying to fuck Jack Donaghy.
So that kind of opens up the discussion more because you know why? Because she's an actress. So in those movies, is it just like, hey, you need to act like you're like a slutty
but
sex
as you
bomb
always say,
right
if
now?
you're so good at it,
Yeah.
there's a reason.
Right. But so like no actress or actor who's good at their job should be bad in bed.
True.
Because
Okay,
and
I see what you're saying.
maybe they're not enjoying it. Maybe they're like, this is not how I prefer to have sex, but I can turn it on for you. The
Yeah.
same way that I can be I can play the president. I can play, the killer. I will play the porn star right now. They should all be good in bed.
I've seen.
If you're fucking,
oh, you know
if
who
you're
I
fucking
think-
actress or an actor and they're bad in bed, you should yell at them and be like, "Turn it on, action, fuck me like a whore."
I think Jessica Biel. Again, I'm just thinking of like roles. She has a role in New Girl where she's just kind of she
Gets
baddie.
after it.
Yeah. She's like
I imagine JT
like
is not settling down with someone who can't.
I would like to watch her have sex with Judge Justin Timberlake.
I bet you Britney Spears is in her prime was a sight to behold
I bet she farted a lot.
on purpose. Imagine like you're hitting it like spoon style. She just farts on your belly basically. When Britney's asshole's touching your belly button, she's farting into your belly
Sounds
button.
like she just
Oh.
farted on a waterbed. Just has that. You ever farted on a weird surface? It sounds like she farted on a leather couch. Sometimes you fart on a weird surface. It's got a different sound to it. That's what my belly sounds like, I bet.
Bro, you know what is so funny? So we're trying out this no guest January thing, right? And we've had discussions behind the scenes, and I've even tweeted about it where it's like, this shouldn't make a difference. The episodes that we've always done have been like 2 hours of us talking and then like an hour of guests. And if you don't like the guests, just don't listen to the guests, but you still get a 2-hour podcast, so it shouldn't make any difference. But we're being ridiculous. This episode's ridiculous right now. So there's a difference. And I don't know why, but we're talking about farting on water beds and like we're just letting it fucking fly. And it's not like we made a concerted effort to be different, but something is different when it's just you and us. And so this idea is going to work, I think, because we are. I mean,
But
this
also,
is,
like, we have guests on Tuesday. Just so
yeah, we
know.
do. We have one guest. So it's very few guests January,
Right, yeah.
Because I think we also we have another one locked in. I don't know if you know about it yet, but somebody actually just mentioned last episode. So we do have some guests,
email real quick.
but when they are,
No email yet.
but boy, we are off the fucking rails here. I mean, let's do Emma the Asshole. Emma the Asshole brought to you by Acorns. Acorns is the perfect app for people like us, for guys like me, guys and girls like you, who we certainly want money, no doubt. We need money, even more so. But we don't have, an investment manager, financial advisor type. We don't know what we're doing. We're not day traders. We don't have big fish money to throw around. We're not, dealing with crypto and commodities, all this crazy shit. We just want to find easy ways to make a little bit more money. And that's what Acorns does. It's an app that will help you save and invest money that you never even knew really existed. Acorns. Think about it. What is it? A little squirrel runs around collecting acorns and stashing them away so that they can, live rich, right? That's what Acorns does with all your spare change. Anytime you go out and you buy a cup of coffee and it's, $4.63. Well, you round up to the $5 with that extra change and you take that away, that 37 cents, and you put it in this account here. And then I go, fill up my tank and it's $43.22. And you take that extra cash and you put it in the account. And anytime you just have these spare pennies and nickels and dimes and quarters, you put it into an account, save it away, and then Acorn will invest that spare change and by using a diversified portfolio that are designed by experts, and that will help maximize the growth of your money. The potential that you can actualize with just spare change that you never even knew existed or really didn't even matter to you. If I tell you something's $41.50, or you can just round it up to 42 and then also invest that half a dollar, I would rather do that than just have the extra couple quarters in my pockets. I'd rather start, it's the digital version of a piggy bank, the digital version of converting your coins and rolling your coins up, and Acorn does all of it for you. Also, you can get a heavy metal debit card that saves and invests for you instead of putting you into debt. You can earn bonus investments from over 350 brands, or you can find a job even right on the app. Over 8 million people, guys like A-Rod and The Rock, people over at CNBC, everybody endorses it, and they can help your money grow now. Visit acorns.com/KFC to claim your $5 bonus when you sign up. It takes under 3 minutes to start investing and saving in the background of life. So go to acorns.com/KFC, get that $5 bonus, and start saving that extra money. Am I the asshole today? We got a couple doozies. Can you grab me one of those? So let's get right into it. We'll start with one here. I don't even know. This actually isn't technically an Am I the Asshole, but we are going to turn it into one. This comes from our girl Violet Benson. She posted this over on Daddy Issues. It's a little bit old. It's from 2019, so you may have already heard it, but it's kind of going re-viral. And it's the tale of the girl in the kitty litter.
The video that lives in your head runs.
Accidentally clogged my boyfriend's toilet, so I took the poop out and put it in his cat's litter box. And he asked if I pooped in it. I said no, but he said his cat has been dead for a week. Please pick me up.
So you get a call from your sister. She clogs the boyfriend's toilet. And I don't know if this is really, truly real, because the poop is not really what clogs the toilet. But I guess if you have the clogged toilet, it won't go down. You don't want to just leave a log floating in the water.
Yeah,
So the girl clogs the toilet. She can't flush it down. The guy has a cat. So she takes the poop out of the toilet, puts it in the litter box to be like, oh, it was just the cat that pooped. And then the boyfriend calls around and says, did you poop in my kitty box? And she's like, no. And it's like, well, my cat's been dead for a week, so it ain't the cat shitting in the litter box. And I know it wasn't me. So did you shit in my cat's litter box?
Now,
Am I the asshole? Because I'm going to say that there's multiple potential assholes in this picture, if you ask me.
okay, I'm gonna go with you first then.
Well, obviously. So I don't think she's the asshole. I think she is making, reckless and desperate moves in a shitty, pun intended, spot. I think
she's making the best of a bad situation.
right. The guy, I think, is the asshole for calling her out, for putting her on the spot. Because unless there's more to it and this girl is like a crazy person and you have to worry about her like being a weird person with her poop or something, I would take pity. I would, if I went Pepe Sylvia and I put the pieces together here and I realized what this girl did, I don't know if I would see her again. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they're boyfriend dating, just on a date, whatever. I just think I would be like, this girl had some sort of poop emergency and I caught her and I'm just going to look the other way. Because that's what I would want. Do unto others. That's what the good book says, right? I would not want someone to do that to me.
But I also don't want to clean up someone else's human feces. So,
okay. Again, you're willing to clean up the cats. The whole point of litter box is you can just kind of scoop it and toss it and you're done. It's not like you have to sit there with your bare hands.
To be honest, I'm not willing to do it with cats either.
No, I think it's pets in general are weird when you think about it. It's like I really like to be able to like pet this fluffy thing, so I will like take it outside so that it can shit, and I will pick it up and throw it out, also that I can have an animal live in the house with me. That's pretty crazy. As is, you know what? These things, they're not really walkable, so I'll just let it shit in a sandbox. That's fucking nuts too. But I think it's more of I think that she is in an embarrassing spot, but one that she's not intentionally trying to harm anybody. She's just like trying to figure it out. Whereas he is like embarrassing her. Because he knows the answer. He's not like he's not trying to figure out the mystery. He knows it. She's shit in the litter box. So he's like, I'm gonna put you on blast and make you cry and call your sister.
I think
I'm too nice of a guy to call out the girl for shitting in a litter box.
I think I probably am, but also I'm too.
But I guess you have the right to do so. I guess
You definitely have the right, but I'm also too sly, I suppose the word would be, to end up putting poop in a litter box. Like,
Yeah,
I've been in situations like this before.
Well, what would you do?
I have bagged up.
Yeah.
Get under the sink. You find it. Let me tell you something here. If you're in a room, you can find a plastic bag.
Definitely.
Any room in the world.
Well,
there's a plastic bag.
And even, usually bathrooms are going to have a little garbage can, bathroom garbage can. And there's a garbage bag in that, but there's also things in there. You could kind of wrap it up. You have toilet paper. You can just wrap the turd up. There's ways around this.
I wrap the hand up. And then you get the hand in there.
Oh, you get in there.
And you break it
I'm
up.
thinking about getting, like, if you need to put the poop somewhere and there's no litter box, let's say, you can put it into something.
There's probably a fucking window.
Yeah, well, not always, but yes,
There's
often.
pretty often a window.
Pretty
in a
often,
bathroom.
but if you're not, if you're in one of these
In fact,
interior...
now that I think about it, I don't know. I guess, I'm trying to think if I've ever lived in an apartment without a window in the bathroom.
Yeah.
No,
they exist, especially here in New York, where it's like, you gotta...
Mine.
You got one?
Mine.
Yeah. It's not totally uncommon, but I think, like if, let's say, again, I don't know the situation if they're dating or whatever, but like if this happened to me and I was just like, let's say I bag this poop up. So there's
No, I'm not bagging the poop up. I'm bagging the hand up and I'm breaking the poop.
I get it. That's
Okay.
fine. But let's say we can't, there's no plunger and there's no way for this poop to get down the toilet, right? So we're at the point where it's like, we got to put it and there's no litter box, but I need to come up with a litter box situation. If I can get that poop out, and let's say there's a garbage bag or whatever, I'm taking a garbage bag. Even if you just make up like a ridiculous excuse and just run out of the apartment, be like, I forgot something in my car. I'll be right back. And then the guy's like, what? And especially if you're a girl, you could be like, I was having like feminine issues. I need to run to my car. And then the guy's like, whoop, never mind. Okay, don't know what it is. And you just smuggled like a bag of poop out and you throw it out. Like you could. It won't be smooth. They're definitely gonna be like, what the fuck was that? But they're not gonna be like, she had poop in her hands. Right? The poop has to be totally like. I think she. You know what the worst part is? Again, assuming this is all real, she probably was like, nailed it. Like the litter box. Brilliant,
Also,
why do you have the litter box if your cat's dead?
What kind of shits are you taking? That
That could be a cat. Well, she's a girl. I don't think girls are dropping off fucking monster logs, I would hope that most girls can pass off as kitty poop.
I don't think, dude. A cat is fucking. Given a woman is 120 pounds, or however many pounds they are.
Yeah.
A cat is 3.
Yeah, but think about the shits that like your dog takes. Like you're way more than your dog, and your dog can take like a pile of shit, right? But it can also be like a.
Yeah, my dogs do take big shits.
Yeah.
But like I take a shit in your fucking house, or in your litter box. You're like, who let the moose in? Like,
what? I kind of want to like see what it's like to shit in a litter box.
I mean, it's just like shitting outside.
And I don't think I've shit outside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you shit outside.
I shit outside one time into a bag, and then I got done. I was like, why am I holding a bag of shit? Why didn't I just shit on the ground? I was coming over the not Newport Bridge, Sakana Bridge, I think it is. It's the bridge that connects Tiverton to Portsmouth, Rhode Island. And I was just in traffic on the bridge. And I was like, this is the worst. This is the worst. This is the worst. This is what's going to happen. And I just took the first exit right off the bridge,
hobbled into the woods, and I brought a bag with me. Apparently, I have a real poop connection with plastic bags, and then I like squatted over like it was a toilet, and just pooped like it was like diarrhea. I just stood up and I was like, why is this in the bag?
You know, the most amazing thing
then I
happened to you,
littered.
John. You know, John, I'm going to tell you a story. There was a man by the name of Michael Jordan, right? And for, you know, from like 1984 to like 1990, like probably 1994, he had, his brand was like, he was ferocious. He would cut to the hole. He would dunk. He would fucking drive to the hole. And then his second act, he had the fadeaway jumper. Your second act is you're the poop guy. You have become, your brand has become all your bowel movements.
I was thinking halfway through that segment, I was like, I haven't even gagged yet. And I was like proud of myself. And then I was like mad at myself. I was like, nah, dude.
You should be gagging.
Like I should. There were a few times where it came up a bit where it was like, there are a few times it got
You know
a
why,
little-
though? Because it's your own shit.
Yeah.
If I was telling you the
yeah,
story,
I
you'd
don't
be
wanna-
But yeah, I think any other excuse that you just end up being weird, you have some weird behavior, that's fine as long as you don't admit to the poop, you know?
Yeah.
You could say nothing. You could, you know, or especially like just fucking pick up your phone and be like, oh my God, are you serious? And run out. And then be like, it was my mom, and end up being something like so silly. And then the guy will be like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but whatever.
I think you come out and tag him.
Tag him. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I like that. And then he's just like, what the fuck is going on? This bitch wants to play tag with me, but I'm trying to still sleep with her. So whatever, let's play. And what, did she have a bag in her hand? Oh, whatever. I don't know.
You gotta be fast.
Yeah. If he catches you,
you're in trouble.
and you got a bag of
You
shit
just
on
gotta
you.
get outside and boom, ditch it.
Yeah.
It's like running from the cops with a gun. I just gotta clear.
Throw it in the river.
I gotta get alone for half a second.
Right,
And then I'm
just so
like-
they can't
and I
see
can
me throw it. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Or you know, who was it that got caught with the nail file? Phil Necro, I think maybe, like an old school pitcher. Remember he did the like he was like, I don't have anything, and he just threw it like that.
Oh yeah.
And he almost got away with
I
it.
said yeah. I don't
But
remember this.
So like the umpires, they called him out. He was like filing the ball down with like a little thumb-sized nail file, and they were like, check his pockets, and he went like, I don't have it, like that. And I think like 4 of the umpires got duped, but one guy saw him. I was like, wait, what was that? But you know, you do that with the poop, just it's gone. Get rid of it. As long as they don't see, then you're good. But I think again, you can't come back from this if you get caught. You can come back from anything else almost. Any other excuse, any other weird claim that you make, fine. If he knows that you clogged the toilet and picked the poop up, and you know that's gonna be hard. I could love you with all my heart, and at least maybe I'm not gonna break up with you, but I'm gonna make fun of you about the poop.
You think she barehanded it? You think she fucking
yeah,
went Omar
that's-
Vizquel with that piece of shit?
I mean, probably. I bet you she probably even worse. I bet she probably wrapped her hand up with like some toilet paper, thinking that was
Toilet
gonna
paper
work.
doesn't do anything.
And then it makes it worse because it like then now you have just like a pee soaked like mitten on, you know, and your hands are going through it. You're grabbing the poop. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, I think he's the actual asshole in the sense of like you're gonna hurt this girl's feelings. And maybe I'm just a fucking simp.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
I'm just a
I think
simp
you're a real
boy.
sweetheart. I think probably in the moment I'd do the same thing. Where I'd be like,
We all know what's going on here, but I'm not gonna like hold you to the fire.
I'd
for it.
probably still break up with you. I'd be like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna clean this girl's shit. But
Right.
you know,
Right.
you've lost my trust in the relationship.
Hey.
Like, I'll never
You're a
know.
liar,
I'll
and
never know. I'll see a piece of shit for the rest of my life. I'll be like, I might have been her. I'll walk on the street and you see dog shit that hasn't been picked up.
Come on, really? Again,
fucking you.
again,
You kidding
Jessica.
me?
You know, come on. But man, that you get that call from your sister, like, please pick me up. Pick me up. That's a tough one. We'll keep with well, no. Let's get to a couple ones that we found from Twitter first, because then we got one that is kind of from the current events of the world here.
Am I the asshole for making my brother miss his important flight? Am I the assholes have gotten a little weird? I think because I just know them so well. Like I read this and I expect it to be like, I'm like, yes, obviously, and then like I expect it to be like.
Sometimes they throw a little curveball for you.
Well, I
some of the
expect it to be
assholes.
something like really graphic or awful inside it. This one's not
as graphic. I mean, it's not graphic at all. So I, 24 female, am close to my brother, 29 male, but he's pretty unreliable. He is late for absolutely everything. Everyone in our family knows this. Background, a few weeks ago, our sister, 27-year-old female.
I hate that, by the way, just real quick. I think that's one of the worst traits in the world.
What?
When people are like, oh, that guy's just always late to everything. It's like, just stop doing that.
We're going to get into that. A few weeks ago, our sister, 27-year-old female, got into a terrible car accident. She spun out on black ice, a semi-truck hit her head on, and she ended up in the hospital.
Goodness.
Her little car was completely crushed, and it's a miracle she's alive. We're all so grateful that it turned out okay. Well, this incident really shook me up and gave me a wake-up call. I've been extremely nervous to drive after seeing my sister's totaled car, so I've been super careful. I go the exact speed limit or under. I keep longer lengths between myself and other cars. I don't do anything risky at all. I know it sounds a bit paranoid, but the accident is still so fresh in our family. A few days ago, my brother had a job interview in another state. He asked me to drive him to the airport in the morning, and I agreed. When my brother told me what time to pick him up, I said I didn't think he gave himself enough time. I told him I'd pick him up 30 minutes earlier, as I refused to speed for him. I reminded him of our sister's accident and how I was trying to be more careful driving on icy roads. He told me I was crazy, but he agreed to be ready at that time. The morning of his flight, I arrived at the agreed time. Of course, in typical fashion, my brother was running late. We ended up leaving an hour later than he had planned because he wasn't fully ready. The whole ride to the airport, my brother was yelling and swearing at me to speed up because he was going to miss his flight. I went slightly over the speed limit, but I told him I didn't feel comfortable going faster than traffic. Also, the roads were slick. I started panicking. He continued to huff and puff and flip out at me. When we arrived at the airport, he grabbed his bag and sprinted inside. I left. He ended up texting me that he missed his flight and that it ruined his job opportunity for being a fucking pussy. He won't talk to me at all now. I feel really bad for making him miss his flight and job interview, but I won't apologize for being careful after our sister got into a traumatizing car accident. Am I the asshole?
This is a good one. I like this one. I think ultimately these things fall on, like, you missed your job interview. That's on you in a sense. Like, I don't know, you should have like got yourself to the airport. You should have taken an Uber. You should have had someone else drive you.
Right
yeah.
there.
Like having people drive you to the airport. Yeah.
2021.
The drop off and pick up from the airport is from
Non-existent.
with a human that you know is not a thing.
It's crazy. And even if you live in a small town and then Uber's like, you have taxi companies still.
Yeah.
Right?
Car
You have
services,
livery services.
whatever.
You have whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
come pick me up
Yes.
at this time.
Because
Don't make my sister wake up in the morning.
and that's the other thing. Like a lot of times, flight times are very inconvenient, and then the whole time I'm just thinking about them driving back from the airport without me in the car, being like at least when you pick up, theoretically, it should be someone you're like excited to see. Maybe you pick up a significant other, your family member, and then you're like, I'll come get you, and then on the way home, we're all together. When it's the drop off, and it's just like, I gotta go home by myself. It's fucking 6 a.m. Like, what the fuck? So like, I think it's his fault to, he was late or went with a driver who couldn't get the job done, and ultimately, like, it was your job to get there on time. You didn't do it. I understand where this pussy is coming from, but if you're driving somewhere and they're like, you're going to miss the point of the drive and you don't speed up, you're an asshole. Come on.
I'll speed up if someone in the car is telling me to speed up.
Yeah.
To an extent, And
course,
but
but-
like, it's like when people are riding my ass, I'm going slower. You can suck a dick.
Sure. Okay.
Like, if-
You know what though? I mean, if you're like in the left lane and someone's up on your ass, you won't just move.
Oh no!
Yeah, okay.
I'll move. in the
That's
left
because
lane,
it's like
but-
when people do that, it's like you're not following the rules. This is for like the people who
But
want to pass.
I mean,
and
even
you're
on
not
like
letting me.
suburban streets,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
people will like tail you when it's just like a
Yeah.
1-lane road. I'd be like,
Yeah.
bro, I'll go fucking 5 miles an hour.
Right.
I
will out petty you. That's for sure. I was racing on the road the other day with this guy. Oh, it was the best. I like kind of cut him off to start. Not really. I like changed lanes. He was like a little bit closer than probably should have been, and he took great offense to this and was like sped up and clearly like cut me off and pulled back in and like hit the brakes. Like he was being like overtly intentional. And then, then it was a race. Then it became a competition. And I just beat the shit out of him. Like I was in and out. I was operating. I was like, I kind of got in front of him in such a way that then he was going to be blocked by other cars. Like I just won, you know what I mean? And then the finish line in my mind was just my exit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I could tell that like he didn't want to get off at my exit, but like was like, fuck, like now the race is over. He won. And it was probably the only competition, the competitive thing I've done in a long time, aside from like Jenga. And I felt like fucking Days of Thunder, dude. I was like, I just won the Grand Prix. I won the fucking Indy 500 on this motherfucker. But yeah, I mean, like, I'll forget about, I would, if I was in the other situation, I would have gotten off the exit. Like, I will be so petty that I will change. I'll drive 5 miles an hour. I'll be late. I will go the wrong way to continue to fucking piss you off if you're trying to get at me on the line. Yeah, I mean, if I don't have anything to do and someone does something like that, sure.
Yeah, if my schedule's open, I'll ruin a day. I don't give a shit.
Now this is what's on my schedule. Ruining this guy's fucking experience on the road. But you know what I mean? If it's like, yo, come on, like, we only got 15 minutes. Like, can you hit the gas? And you're just like, no. 10 and 2. I'm gonna stay going 49 miles an hour. Like, that would drive me insane. And then if you pull over, let me drive. Like, and then
that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Like, all right,
I hate driving with other people in the car at this point. Like, I drive how I drive, and if I can't drive that way, it becomes more dangerous. Like, when my bitch ass mom is in the car with me, she thinks that I'm like this reckless driver. And it's like, I'm a fast driver. I don't like always use my signal. I will, like, I'm in and out of lanes and stuff. I can understand where she's coming from, that it's not like proper driving, but it's not like I'm never like out of control or reckless. Like, it's just like, that's how I drive. And when you now ask me to do like 10 and 2 and go like 55, I am on. That's when I'm dangerous. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know how to. They say, other people, when people are passing me, I get like uncomfortable, and when I'm in the right lane, it's weird. Like, let me just play the way I play, because otherwise,
yeah, it's like if you're not playing 100%, you're gonna get hurt out there.
Yes, exactly.
Like if you're not going full tilt, like,
right,
that's when you get hurt.
And it's also like when they're like, why don't you just lay down a bunt in the shift? It's like, I'm a home run hitter. I just swing.
Yeah,
this is how I drive. I don't. You're not gonna make me change my game, okay? She's the worst. I'm thinking about just getting in a car accident next time she's in the car with me. She'll be. I mean, there's clearly enough like space between the car, and she does the thing where she like grabs things and she's like, and I'm like, literally nothing happened, bitch. Nothing is fucking wrong right now. I also have gotten to the point where I'm just texting and driving constantly and totally
I'm off on that.
Yeah. I
don't drive very often.
I drive with my knees and I text with both my hands.
Jesus Christ, Kevin! I'm gonna tell you right, that's dangerous.
So dangerous.
That is. But, what were you texting? Who do you need to text?
I'm tweeting. I mean, I'm not even. Sometimes I'm not even typing anything. I'm just reading things.
That is.
We
need to fix that.
I'm on Instagram just driving with my knees. Just.
That is not okay. Mm-hmm. You have I'm
the greatest knee driver on the planet.
I think everyone who has ever driven with a knee, or anyone who's ever driven, says they're the greatest knee driver on the planet.
I'm the greatest knee driver. Even if I'm not, even if I don't have my hands occupied, I'll just drive with my knees. I'm the GOAT.
I drive with my knees a lot. Like I don't go so far as to do the app where you hit X and like no one can text me during it. But I don't touch my phone driving.
Yeah,
I don't drive very often.
I don't put down my phone driving,
but I don't even touch it. There's just nothing that's that important. It's like I'm like, all right, I'll just do this and not get shamed. They say I don't text and drive the same reason I wear a mask. I just don't want people to yell at me.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in an accident or have something bad happen. They're like, that's your fault. Like, well, I guess you're right.
I hate too, though, if I am texting and driving. Again, like the person in the car, like, ah! And I'm like, what? Ah! And they're like, you're texting and driving. I'm like, well, why are you screaming while I'm driving? That was more of a fucking dangerous thing than me texting and driving. I know what I'm doing. You just sit there and I'll get you from point A to point B.
I don't get scared, but I would tell you. If I was in the car with you, I'd be like, put the phone down, dude.
You know what happens then?
I would say, let's switch.
Then I quadruple down.
See, I would just be like, just pull over. I'll drive. I don't care.
Then I'd be like, nope. And I'm going to write a blog as we drive. Don't you fucking tell me what I can and can't do.
And maybe even sometimes if I'm alone, maybe I will send a text or two. But once someone's in the car with me, I don't look at my phone.
Because you're a fucking pussy. Another driving Am I the Asshole? This is from the carpool world, which I don't even know if that like exists anymore. But am I the asshole for missing my carpool ride by 36 seconds? Oh, wait, by the way, what are you going to defend the guy who's late all the time?
Yeah, I'm going to do it right now. Go ahead. Read
I have a friend.
I'm going to defend lateness pretty hard.
I have a friend who I work with who has severe OCD. He is very controlling about time. One day my car broke down, so I told him and asked if he could give me a ride the next day to work. Again, this is ultimately going to be like, get a fucking Uber, weirdo. But it's far, so I'd rather pay him in gas than Uber. He said, sure. Meet me outside at 7:36 a.m. I said, cool. Next day I go outside at 7:36 a.m. and he's nowhere to be found. I call him and ask where he is. He says he left 36 seconds ago. He was angry that I wasn't on time and was 36 seconds late. I said, come on, man, it's just 36 seconds. But he said it's about the principle of the matter and that he wants to teach me how to be more responsible. He eventually turned back and picked me up, but scolded me for wasting more time and charged me more since he had to drive more. Technically, I was late by 36 seconds, and I do know he's a very time-oriented person, which is why I think I'm the asshole. This is the first time I've ever heard someone, it's like, why are you even doing this? You just, okay, then you're the asshole. But I mean, how are you going to defend the late guy?
The late guy is just, look, if we're talking about fucking, like, business stuff, like, I don't think I've ever been late for an interview or late for a time we decide we're going to be recording a podcast. But if we're just talking like when I'm coming to the bar, like, I don't know, I'm gonna be there when I fucking get there. Like, you want to be there at 8? I might be there at 8:15. I might be there at 8:20. It's not like
well, that is different than like if it was like,
I think if you're
we can't sit down until you're there. You'll just be like, I'm coming at 8:15. I'm coming at 8:30.
I mean, I don't even know if that exists anymore. But like,
really, I feel like that's all. I think that's getting more and more popular. Everywhere I go now is like, we can't sit you until your whole party's here. I haven't gone anywhere recently, but prior to all this, I feel like anytime I went somewhere, I could never sit until everyone was there.
I guess,
which I don't understand. What's the matter?
I'm gonna spend more money. Just sit me down. We're gonna drink until I get here.
Is there something that I'm not thinking of where it's like there's a real reason for that?
I don't,
because I've never figured that one out.
I don't get it.
That
either.
one feels totally, completely made up and stupid.
But I guess what I'm trying to say here is that, like, I don't think if you're under 5 minutes late, you're late.
No, but that's not late. Yeah,
like that's like I'd show up to work like back when I did fucking like clock in jobs and all that shit, and they'd be like, "You've been 4 minutes late every day today." I'm like, I haven't been late then.
Yeah, that's
like,
not
that.
And they add it up, and they're like that comes to like a whole day of work. It's like, well,
no, it doesn't.
No, it fucking doesn't. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Like it's like, oh, you're 2 minutes late on Tuesday. You're 3 minutes late. Like I've been on time.
You've been an hour late over the last like a month. It's like, well, that's not that much. So
right.
But I think
I'm not defending grotesque lateness.
When you have the reputation as the late guy, and people are just like, yeah, we know. Like if we're gonna be somewhere, like he'll be there an hour later, and that person's just like, yeah, man, that's what I do. I'm a late guy. I'm like, just stop doing that. Just get there when you're supposed to get there.
If we're allowing the 5 minute window, I'm like the anti Tom Coughlin, where it's like,
If
you're 5 minutes early, you're late.
If you're 5 minutes late, you're early.
If you're 5 minutes late,
you're on time. Yeah.
But I don't think I'm the late guy in my friend group, but I don't think we have one either. So is that one of those things where it's like,
yeah, you're the asshole in the room, like
yeah.
whatever. I just like. It's just like if you're just okay with being the guy who like your friends are openly like you inconvenience us all the time.
But how are you inconveniencing your friends?
I mean, I guess if it's reservation things or like you want to leave and get there at a certain time and you're not ready and I have to wait for you or shit like that.
Yeah, but
I'm picking you up and I don't know, like I have to wait outside for fucking 15 minutes.
That's another thing that just doesn't exist anymore either. We're like, you're picking me up? Don't pick me up. I'll meet you there. And if people were like mad at me, like, why are you always late? Why are you like? And again, within reason. I'm not talking you come 2 hours late, but within reason late. Like why you need me to have fun? Just fucking do your thing. I'll get here when I get here.
Yeah.
We have a friend who like doesn't come. Like he says he'll come and he
flakes.
He just never shows.
Yeah.
That can be frustrating.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, like. Whenever someone's late, I'm like, I don't know, like they'll just get like, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Like why?
Well,
why
yeah, if it's just like, if it's just like I
management?
want your presence, then who cares? But if it is in any way like you're stopping us from getting there or ordering or doing it or whatever it is that we're supposed to be doing, and that you just do that all the time to the point that it's known, I just can't imagine ever being okay with that.
Yeah, I just don't think that's like a thing in society anymore.
I mean, what do you mean though? If it's just like
where are we going?
Like if it's a restaurant and it's like, and we can't sit down ever because you don't get here on time.
I think that doesn't happen. Maybe I'm just that doesn't happen regularly to me. I guess I don't. I usually just eat in bars and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I can't tell you last time I was not allowed to sit at the table because someone wasn't there.
maybe 2 years ago.
Anytime I've gone to a restaurant prior to all this, if there was a reservation, I mean, I've almost always encountered we can't sit you until your whole party's here. If that
I've
was
definitely
to happen
heard it
consistently, and that person would just be like, "Oh, sorry."
I've definitely heard it. But I
I'm
guess
not
it's
going
just
to dinner
like-
with you anymore.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, all right, that's I'll go eat at the bar.
Rather than just get there,
Huh?
rather than just get there on time.
I mean, it's just I can't level with this conversation.
If I
'cause
were,
it doesn't.
if that were to be a thing, you would rather.
if
just,
it was a universal thing everywhere that if you're not sitting there, everyone's not there, I'd be on time. But if I'm just going to dinner with my friends, I'm like I might be 10 minutes late. Fucking deal with it. I'm having dinner with my friends. What the fuck is so important about this?
right. One last. I think we have one more, or no?
We can do USA. It's not-
Oh yeah. And last one here. Am I the asshole? Team USA, champions of the World Juniors, gold medal, beat Canada.
4 times in a row.
That's tough for Canada. I mean, that's
4 gold medal games in a row.
That's a real-
or the 4 gold medal games we've played them.
That's a bad look for the guys who are supposed to be, kings of the world. But afterwards, after the win, they're taking a team picture.
They did, to be fair, they didn't have their captain the whole tournament, but still, it wasn't the whole tournament.
Listen,
it wasn't just one game.
they were fucking, they put up 15 goals on Germany, and everyone was talking about them being a wagon. They were still like the team. They have I think 19 or
19 draft
first round picks or something.
No,
Yeah, draft
19
picks, but
draft picks, yeah.
Crazy shit. So they can't then go play we had injuries or whatever.
Right.
But Team USA takes the picture afterwards, and they slide a garbage can with the Canadian flag plastered on it into the picture. And there's a big hullabaloo here. There's a big hoopla over sportsmanships and classy and all that shit. It turns out that Team USA's mantra for this tournament was one more barrel because of a really weird story involving the Sahara Desert and shit. Did you actually read the whole thing?
I did not read it.
Let me pull it up real quick, because when I first saw, so the excuse from Team USA was we were not making fun of Canada for being trash. We actually have this mantra about getting over getting through adversity and getting over the hurdles and getting over one more barrel. And that was the story they told. And I was that's not a thing. That's a totally made up story. Those guys were just clowning these guys for being trash. And it turns out
a lot of beat reporters were once they stopped the press conferences and they came up back on Twitter and saw the hullabaloo, they were like, oh
We've
yeah,
heard
no,
this all the time.
they've been
Yeah.
talking about it in every press conference. Get to
this
next
was the
barrel,
thing. It
next
was
barrel.
called Eat That Frog, about focus. I don't know who wrote this, but it's a tournament update. Many years ago, I crossed the heart of the Sahara Desert, deep in modern-day Algeria. By that time, the desert was abandoned by the French for years, blah, 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 blah. So it was talking it's this long, multi-paragraph story, 500 miles across, more than 1,300 people had died crossing it. To counter the lack of features in the terrain, the French had marked the track with black 55-gallon oil drums, all 5 miles apart. And because of this, when we were walking in the daytime, we could see oil barrels, and we would always say, just one barrel at a time. We're going to cross this desert and go one barrel at a time. I mean, that's a weird fucking story.
I think it's a pretty good story.
Yeah.
I get that. Where it's just get to the next one.
Right.
And it's it's an extravagant way to say, Belichick, we don't have 8 more games. We got one game 8 times.
Right. So I guess the coach was one time I was walking across the desert, and we're going to apply that to the hockey world here. It makes sense, but one barrel at a time is not a phrase until this very specific story. So when they were just our mantra's one barrel at a time, it's what? But it turns out it is, but it kind of ruins it, because it's all right, well, now there's no fun here.
Well, I think they are.
It would have
the
been
assholes.
awesome.
They are the assholes for not just ditching that story
And just saying,
and being
you're
like,
fucking
it's
garbage.
it's like anything in fucking white-based sports where it's just make fun of them. Clown him. You won. Snatch your chain like Aqib Talib. No, God, I can't get that out. Aqib Talib. Did Aqib get his chain snatched? Or
He's a snatcher.
He's a snatcher. That's what I thought.
Michael
Okay.
Crabtree got snatched
Right.
left and right 3 times.
Yeah. Rub it in. Fucking.
Yeah.
And also, the reason you don't in pro sports that often is because you're well, now we gave him material. Now we're gonna see him again.
guess what, motherfuckers?
It's over.
You're probably not going to play on the World Junior team next year. At least,
right.
Like,
That's the next guy's problem.
yeah, like you guys deal with it in 4 years or however often the juniors are. 2
I
years,
wish
I
they
think.
said, "Oh no, that was like that's a mantra from our coach because of the story, one barrel at a time." Also, Canada's trash.
Yeah,
Like, fuck you guys. Like I won't make it up. I won't lie to you. It is our thing. But we fucking beat you guys because you're garbage.
But they were like Zagreus. I don't know how you pronounce his name. Who is
He's like the stud, right?
Yeah. He scored every game or had a point in every game the tournament. And he like his post game press conferences yesterday or last night were like, you just look at him and you're like, that's Jason Street. Like
he's that dude.
he has the confidence. He's like, yeah, we just knew like we get it down deep, beat them with their own game, like shove it down their throats. They can't handle us. Like
yeah, that's the guy who probably is like they're fucking trash.
He's like,
Should've
we
just said
watched the games. We saw they hadn't dealt with a ground attack like us yet.
Yeah.
And we were gonna pound them. We're gonna pound them. We're gonna pound them. And we knew they couldn't keep up. And like it was just like, and like what he's saying, he's like kind of smiling. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's like, all right, you're
He
a bad
knows.
man.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking bad man. And
Right.
you should have added, and you're pieces of garbage.
it. Right. We
That's-
threw you in the fucking trash where you belong. You're a dumpster
It
team.
would just make things more fun.
Yeah.
It is not even a white thing. It is a North American thing.
Yeah.
I think because like the Europeans who come over fucking love that shit.
Yeah, they
like,
talk it up.
Like Patrick Laine, when he's kind of had a bit of a downfall, so he shut his mouth a bit. But when Patrick Laine like first got in the league, he was like, "Yeah, I'll fucking kill Austin Matthews. I'm awesome.
Yo.
I'm great."
That dude, the shovel guy, the ice shovel man, who was like, did you see that clip? He's the fastest man alive.
I don't see the clip.
This dude, I think during like a Ranger game, he was the guy like shoveling like the ice in between whatever. He is. It's the. I've never seen a. You got to see this. I was like, this clip has to be sped up. This guy has got to be the fastest man to like ever touch the ice. And hang on. Boy, Avery tweets a lot more than I thought. Okay, it's really not worth all this. This is going to be... Do you know what I'm talking about, Nick?
No, I can find it though.
Okay, I mean, this is totally ruined now. There's just a guy who's fast. All right, let's just go to voicemails. There it is. Yeah, it's really not that good.
He's cruising. I get that too, though, because like every time you're ever on the ice, particularly in like a setting such as this, we played in between periods one time when I was like 9,
Yeah,
and I was sure there were scouts in the stands,
right. And
you're
you're putting your all into
no
it.
matter what.
Yeah.
Like, you can even be like coaching or refereeing like a kids league game, and you're like, I'm gonna fucking cruise
Dude,
just
did
in
you
case there's someone watching.
Did you see the kid who broke the backboard in
Yeah,
Texas?
the mulligan.
And the ref fucking high fives him and holds his head. That kid, if he doesn't retire from basketball on the spot, like that's it. Goka stands on that. You're not gonna go pro. You're not gonna be anything. That's your highest moment, maybe of life. That kid probably should just kill himself. Just go out on fucking top. Voicemails today are brought to you by the Stag. I feel like you gotta ease into your wine stage of life. In the beginning, you're just drinking beer and whatever you can get your hands on, shots of this and that, and then you get a little bit older, you get a little more mature, and you want to adventure into more to different types of drinks, and you start your wine. And then, you just drink, again, anything under the sun until you start to develop your own taste for it and what you like and don't like. And then you settle in and you're like, oh, this is my wine. And then your life has changed forever. Once you have like the wine that you like, you will be a different person for life. And that's why you got to find a bottle like the Stag. St. Hubert's the Stag. It's a different breed of wine. It's for the different people out there. Oh, the St. Hubert is the patron saint of the hunt.
Oh,
So if you are on the hunt of life,
I love patron saints.
yeah, me too.
Yeah,
That's a great ATI question. If you could be the patron saint of something, what would it be? Being a patron saint of wine, being a patron saint of alcohol, of drinking, might be a good one.
Yeah.
Because
There definitely is one. I don't know who it is, but there's definitely a god of wine or a patron of wine.
Yeah.
For sure.
The hunt is an interesting term here. Stag, they talk about, the like adventure of life and being on the hunt for, excitement in life.
Stag do.
Right. I think of this more as kind of what I just said. Like, I'm on the hunt for my drink. for my like that glass of wine, whether it's a full-bodied red or a smooth, buttery, crisp Chardonnay. Like I'm hunting
white?
for a white. Did I ever tell you the story of my buddy went on a date and asked, "Is your Merlot red here?" Trying to impress a girl. Is your Merlot red? And he was like, "Yes, sir, it is." Again, like, am I the asshole?
No, our
that
Merlot
guy
here
could have
is
been
tequila.
like, right. He could have been an asshole. He was just like, "Yes, sir, it is." Would you like some for you and your lady friend? But yeah, once you're on the hunt for your drink, for the bottle that you love, and once you find it, you settle in and you're happy, man. The X Games 2021 in Aspen is sponsored by the Stag, so they're a different type of breed. They're a different type of wine. They're not this snobby, bougie wine drinker. They're the adventurer of wine. So if that fits you, if that's who you are, and you're looking for that next stage of your life where you're gonna drink wine and learn about it and taste it and pair it and all that stuff, St. Hubert's The Stag is for you. Enjoy responsibly. You got to be 21 and up, of course. Follow along with all the actions over at St. Hubert's Hubert's The Stag.us on Instagram and Facebook. That's St. Hubert's The Stag.us on Instagram and Facebook. Check out all of your local liquor stores and your local wine aisles to try it today. Voicemails, what do we got, Nikki?
All right, we're about to get into our voicemails here on KFC Radio, but if you're looking for more content from me, head over to the Kevin Clancy channel. New episodes out every Wednesday.
I got a quick question for you guys. I'm not really sure how it came to mind, but if you could add any one cartoon sound effect to your life,
Ooh.
like, for example, when something hits you in the head, it makes the poop sound, or like when you stop running, like it sounds like you're skidding tires with your feet, like that kind of stuff from like your childhood shows. But if you could add one cartoon sound effect to your life for the rest of your life, what one would you add? Diva.
That's a good one.
It's a great one.
I think every time I got a boner, I went, boing.
That would be a good one. I got a boner. Like announce it to the world.
There would also be just those nights though where you're like looking to make love and looking to fuck, and it's like, never mind. Just gonna put me inside you and laugh. That's a fucking good one. I'd like a thwack. I like my hands to have a thwack.
I'm gonna just play some of the best sound effects here.
Or a chapow.
A thwack and a chapow, huh?
Like if I just hit things, it was like. Got that one. I noticed these shows are all quite heavy on things that work for erection. Basically, I'm like, that could work for a boner.
That'd be a great boner. You know what I would want? Forget about getting the boner. I would want a sound effect when I come.
Like a laser gun going off? Like that was
Sure,
there
like
was
a
one.
pew, 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 pew.
Yeah.
Pew, 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 pew.
My first thought was Woody the Woodpecker's.
I could see like a pew 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 or like a a lot of those like squelching noises.
Yeah,
Like,
that was all just farts and boners.
Yeah.
Everyone who works in kid stuff is just a pervert.
They're all perverts. We'll secretly give them a boner. We'll we'll hide the sex talk in there. I like
anyone who dedicates their life to children is not a hero. They're a fucking pervert.
They really are.
Like,
If you're a guy and you work with kids, you're a pervert.
It's so fucked up because there's some people who just genuinely their life calling, and all they want to do is help children.
And you know what? You know what's inside them? Their life calling. They're a little bit of perv. Because if it was my life calling, I would also be like, but everyone's gonna think I'm a pervert, so I'm gonna find a new life calling. If you can accept the social stigma that comes along with being an adult man that works with children, you're still a little bit of a pervert.
There's a screw loose. There's definitely a screw loose. And
you know what sound I like?
But it's also like it's not an unwarranted stigma to have on you. Like you guys have earned it.
Yeah,
You've earned it.
Every Boy Scout leader, every fucking priest, every buddy who's ever been around kids.
The cartoonists are tier one, if you ask me. Like everything. Why are you making it so sexual, bro?
Yeah.
Why are you making those Pixar asses so fat?
Mrs. Incredible
Why
with
don't you
that
just fucking make it
fatty,
normal?
dude. Yeah, I mean, Mrs. Incredible, they're like, let's make a tiny, tiny waist and a fucking
Fat
donk
ass.
on
All
it,
right,
you know?
pervert.
I mean, in The Little Mermaid, when they put the boner on the priest, it's just like, that's fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
It's like, we're going to hide it in there. It's going to be a funny thing. It's like,
Like
that's not that funny.
subliminally tell kids, yeah. And you wonder why fucking our generation is so fucked up now. Subliminally, starting at a young age, we were just talked about erections and fucking sex and fucking Simba fucking whatever her name
This
is.
fucking loser on Twitter was talking about how he found out his nieces and nephews don't believe in Helen Keller. And I think we finally reached like a tipping point, if you will, where like it's generally accepted by the youth that Helen Keller's not real.
It makes sense.
It does make sense. It's gone from like a conspiracy theory or like a wacky funny thing to I was like, no, I just genuinely don't believe this woman ever wrote a book and did all this stuff. And now the youth have finally done it. They've just like switched over. And this guy Daniel Konka on Twitter, guys, the most insane thing happened to me today. I'm on a text chain with my teenage nieces and nephews, along with my mom, their grandma. And today, my mom asked them if they knew who Helen Keller was. And
Why
their
you want to
response-
fucking text chain with your nieces and nephews, pervert?
Right? You fucking weirdo. And their response was that Helen Keller was a fraud who doesn't exist. At first, I thought they were trolling, which is fun. But after a while, it was clear they weren't joking. It's like, yeah, man. I said Helen Keller, and I've been beating this drum for a while, but I have finally, I got a catch-all. I've wrapped it all up. Helen Keller is the reverse Santa Claus. It's a story, a tale that is told that makes you feel all warm and fuzzy that the kids believe and the adults know are not real. Flip it. The kids are like, you dumb motherfuckers. This is fake. And the adults are like, no, you got to believe. Like nope. If you believe that this woman could accomplish all this, you're probably a pervert. You know what noise I like, but I don't know when I would use it in my life is like when Wile E. Coyote like falls off a cliff and it's like
Yeah.
pow. So if I ever like jump off of something, I would like that noise.
What
to
about
happen.
just one, just like it does every time you sit down, like you fall onto a couch?
What noise?
The
Oh, like
I can't
every
whistle,
time I
but-
fall?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. I can do that. And then I would make sure that I always fall into the couch. I would never just sit down normally. I'd be like,
Yeah.
you know what I wish was real, by the way? When you got like hit on the head, if like you got that like boner bump that popped out of your that.
I mean, it is if you get hit hard enough.
If you get hit hard.
Yeah.
Enough, yeah. And I don't want that to happen to me. I want that to happen to you. Then I would go around bonking people with fucking hammers just to see that happen. Next up.
Hey, KFC Fights. 2 quick questions for you. One, where is BC? What the hell happened to him? Is he ever coming back? Just to pipe up and get red in the face when you're talking about stuff. And 2, I've been trying to have this debate with a couple people. How do you define sports? And where do you draw the line? Is it golf? Is it bowling? Is it darts? What separates a sport from a game that you're just competitive at? And once you figure out what the line is, would you rather be really good at the last thing before the line or the first thing after the line? See you.
BC has moved out to California, where his wife is from with his in-laws. So he's living out there, and we're doing 1 Minute Man and the Kevin Clancy Show and all that shit remote through there. Is this question what defines a sport, and then would you rather be good at non-sports or sports? Because that's a great. I feel like we just talked about this recently. Maybe not with you, but I've had this conversation.
No, we've had it recently.
Once you are an adult, it's great to be good at the activities. Fuck sports.
Yep.
When you're a kid, you want to be the best, and you want to make the team. You want to be on varsity. You want to be the MVP. Once you're an adult, if you're awesome at cornhole or Jenga or even beer pong,
Darts,
or
dart pool.
throwing washers and like all those like lawn games and shit, spike ball, anything that like might pop out. Because it's just like that, that you have a greater chance of those things being played. No one's like
Golf.
Let's play.
I call golf a sport.
So do I.
Yeah.
But I think that's what his point kind of is like, where is the line?
I think that's a question as old as time. Is like, are golfers athletes?
Yeah.
I think when that question first started being asked in like the 80s and 90s,
Well,
maybe you could
golf has changed.
You could have
Yeah.
made the argument that no, but
Right.
I mean
But
nowadays, yes.
My thing has always been if you're going to make that argument with golf, you have to really make the same argument with baseball.
Yep.
And most people will. There's not anybody out there who says baseball is not a sport.
Correct.
But golf and baseball, The only difference is that you have to run sometimes in baseball. Sometimes. That's really it. Otherwise, it's all swinging
For
and
short
torque
bursts.
and very short bursts. So that argument is dead, especially the way like guys work out and train and slug the ball now. But there is still a difference. Like if I asked you, would you rather be good at like the basketball, football types, hockey sports of the world, or like the baseball and golf sports of the world? Which would you like? Because again,
Right
I think
now?
when you're younger, it would be the action sports. When you're older, if you can like hit the links and play golf well, and if mostly golf, but I guess if you play like in a softball league and you're also awesome, like that would be cool. But being a good golfer is valuable for the last like 60 years of your life. It's just a matter of
it's a no-brainer. If you could, the twist comes in if like I can still be me, right? Because like my personality and everything was all founded in contact sports and stuff like that.
Sure.
So I
see what you
still
mean.
want to be me,
Right.
But I
want
would
to be good at the other stuff instead.
Yeah.
I don't even want to do these things that we're talking about. I just want to be the guy who's like, if we're out and something pops up, like, oh, that like I had a friend Frankie in school who like he could just do everything, like just weird things. Like I vividly remember this one time he had a water bottle, and we were just like walking like between my house and his house or whatever, and he was like, I bet you I could throw this bottle of water into the sewer down there, and the sewer was like hundreds of feet away, and he just like threw it, and it just like skidded on the ground right into the sewer hole.
Really?
And I was just like,
That's
that
impressive
was
as
so
hell.
fucking cool. And like one time my buddy had like I think a bunch of like pebbles or like rocks or something, and he just like started throwing them at him, and he just like caught all of them like fucking in the Matrix. And like my buddy like had thrown all of his ammo, and my friend Frankie just like had caught all of them and was like dropped all the bullets. You know what I mean? Like you could just do weird shit, and none of it was like. And he was also a good athlete.
He was throwing acorns.
It was like pebbles or rocks or it was
That's
just like
impressive
we were
as
like
hell.
fucking around like outside. It was like back in the day where you like still played outside. We were young enough for that kind of shit. And he was good at like baseball and like regular sports and shit, but he could just do things, and that I thought was way more like valuable. That it was just like if there's any activity to ever be done, Frankie can do it. And I remember more than like the stars of like the teams in high school. You know what I mean? I was like, that kid could just do cool shit, and I bet he still is. I mean, he's playing with his kids now, just doing things that are like that's fucking cool.
You know the big one I'd like to have here, as an older person, skateboard. If you're like remotely not in shape or older, and you can just rip a kickflip, everyone's like, "Yo,
okay, how about
that
this?
guy's cool."
Would you rather be a great skateboarder or a good dancer? Like right now, if
Obviously,
Feidelberg if there was a TikTok that was like at Feidelberg, and you could just like do all the moves, and you could do like the popping and locking and shit, or you could be a good skateboarder. Which one would you pick?
I think I'd take a skateboarder. And
Really?
I hadn't even considered the TikTok angle. I don't think anyone's as interested in watching me dance.
But they would if you were good. That's what I mean. Like those guys who are good dancers, it would probably be you'd be like viral because it'd be like you don't look like you're gonna be the good dancer, and then you are, and it's like there's a couple guys that I follow who are like dads who dance or moms of TikTok who like they're like moms, but they clearly used to be able to like throw it back and can dance and shit, and it's always like, oh, whoa. So that's actually like more valuable that you don't look the part.
See, I think again, not counting TikTok, I'm counting like bars and weddings and stuff like that. I'm the perfect dancer.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, because I can dance a little bit. I have like a little bit of rhythm, and like
The hitch, you kind of just stay in your
that's where
zone.
where you want to be. You don't want to be the guy who like looks like he fucking practices in a mirrored room.
Right,
You just
right.
want, and you don't want to be awful.
If you're at like a wedding and you're doing moves,
Right.
like that's weird.
but if you know them,
Yeah.
you can't not do them,
True,
right? Like
But you
Camille
know-
Costa
okay.
goes to a wedding. Guess what? Camille's never
Yeah.
not dancing. She's fucking burning the house down.
Yeah, but you know what? I actually there was this recently. When you're a girl like Camille and you know like traditional dance, but you also know how to dial it back and just like move.
Yeah.
Because again, if it looks weird, if Camille's doing like steps and choreographed shit, it's like stop. But she also just knows how to kind of like shake her ass and roll her body and like do normal dancing. I think if you have dance moves, you have to have like at least like 15 of them. Because if you know like 2 of them and you just keep doing them, Because you can't, like you said, you can't not. If you know how to do like a dance move, you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
But if you only have like one or two, it's like, oh, there goes John who does this like weird dance, this one thing over and over and over again at weddings.
He lifts his leg up and plays like a
Plays
guitar.
like a guitar. Yes, exactly. So you better have a lot in your bag so that you can cycle them through. Otherwise, you're just gonna be playing your guitar. That gif of you doing that for Kevin Hart is so fucking funny.
So funny.
Kevin Hart's just like, get this guy out of my face.
The gift, he did like it.
Did.
The gift
But he
is
liked it, once.
The gift is so funny. He's
Yeah.
like, what
What
is
is-
happening?
But I would pick dancing. I think skateboarding is cool.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
like,
you obviously have more
that-
opportunities for dancing.
Yeah, that dude, the Charlotte anchorman. His name's like Nick, I think. He's like he's a Fox News guy.
I think I've seen him go viral.
The
like
local
once or
Fox
so.
guy, but he can fucking dance his
Yeah.
dick off. Now he's dancing with like all the real dancers of TikTok. He has like 2.5 million followers. He has like big numbers.
Oh,
Maybe not. I
really?
think it's like 1.5, but still like into the millions. And like, so he's probably like making money. He's probably getting, I bet you like when he's done with like the local Charlotte affiliate, that someone for like a local news station is probably like, go get that guy. He has millions of followers. Like,
Yeah.
he's probably making so much more money because he just danced on Instagram once. Like, whatever. I saw a TikTok. A girl said male birth control does exist, and then it cut to clips like stills of grown guys riding scooters. But that dude that I follow who does the scooter tricks,
Yeah.
I mean, that guy fucks bitches. I would love that
Also,
girl.
scooters are just sick.
I mean, the pictures they picked were like particularly like dorky.
Yeah,
Like-
I can swaggy ride a scooter.
Yeah,
I can't do tricks and shit.
Like when
but
I-
can,
when I-
can ride
when
a
I
scooter where you're like,
see-
that's pretty cool, dude.
When I used to see like Manhattan businessmen with like their backpacks on and like a helmet on their scooter, I was like, yeah, you ain't fucking. But swaggy scooter, because that's also, then it becomes a confidence thing where it's like, this is traditionally regarded as like lame, but I don't give a fuck, so I'm gonna just swaggy ride.
This gets me to work a lot faster.
And then if you are that, but wait, we're talking about, you're not talking about like electric scooters.
I'm talking about Razor.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
But then that dude that I follow, that's the most impressive thing I've ever seen. And that girl who's like, I would never fuck a guy on a scooter. Watch that dude at like a skate park one time do what he does, and those pants are coming off. That guy's the most impressive athlete on the fucking planet. All right, last voicemail of the day. It's brought to you by Movement. Join the movement today. It started out as in a tiny little apartment in Southern California. 2 college dropouts teamed up. They create a watch company. They expand into all sorts of accessories and glasses, break all the rules, and next thing you know, it's 160 countries across the globe. It's a $100 million company. It's all because of fair prices, unexpected colors, clean, original designs. These guys are the sunglasses of Barstool. Barstool of sunglasses, basically. It's like it started out in, Dave's ex-wife's parents' basement, and next thing you know, he's on the Today Show today talking about the Barstool Fund, raising $20 million for, like, to save the country. MVMT did the same thing. They were like, well, let's just make some sunglasses. Let's just make some watches. And all of a sudden, they are the #1 internet watch company and glasses company on the planet. They've expanded into the blue light glasses that protect your eyes from the screens. So now it's not only just a fashion thing, it's like a functionality as well. They've got minimalist jewelry, they've got style essentials, and none of it breaks the bank. All of it is designed in their California headquarters. All of it cuts out the middleman, passes on the pricing, the savings to you. And so instead of watches that are $400 or $500, same thing with glasses, everything's just $95. The highest watch is $130. I think the glasses are like $60. Everything's affordable. Everything looks cool. Everything's sleek. Men and women, big and small, leather, metal, colored, black and white. It doesn't matter. Whatever your preferred style is, MVMT Movement Watches has it for you. Join the movement today. Go to mvmt.com/KFC. Get 15% off today, plus free shipping and free returns. That's mvmt.com/KFC.
Hey, KFC. Fights. What's up, guys? So I'm sure by now we've all discovered that there is a huge fucking difference between masturbating to and masturbating while watching. I want to know what the weirdest thing you guys have masturbated to while watching. Like, what have you watched while masturbating? Like, they're separate. You're not masturbating because of something you are watching. Like, you're not watching porn. For example, the weirdest thing I have masturbated while watching is a Pompeii documentary.
I
but
see.
Again,
Okay.
as we know, there's a huge fucking difference. And I want to know what the weirdest thing you guys have watched just while masturbating. All right. See ya.
I don't know if I have an answer, but I do understand what she's saying.
So like she's watching TV and then decided to masturbate and
Yes.
this Pompeii, yeah.
And that just happens to be on.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure I just don't remember them, but like that's happened to me many
Oh, it
times.
happens. Like,
you know?
it happens so often that I don't remember.
Right.
Where it's just like, yeah, that's.
I've masturbated to Breaking Bad. I've
Right.
masturbated to fucking whatever's on.
Dude, I've masturbated to Criminal Minds a lot of times.
Bro, you have done everything to Criminal
I
Minds.
masturbated to Criminal Minds 3 times on the couch the other night. Like Sunday night. Like it was wild. I was just alone on the couch with fucking serial killers and just fucking pounding off in the heat of the night. It is. I mean, it's just like all this question is just like, what are you regularly watching on TV right now?
Well, yes. It's like at that point I've done all sorts of things. Like I've masturbated to this on the television. I've masturbated wearing these clothes. I've masturbated like with these people in my house. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've done it all.
Al Michaels masturbated to your voice before.
Yeah.
Like it just happened. Like it wasn't your voice that was turning me on, but I could hear it.
I would love to think about like someone, like I would love to like the other day when
in fact I was talking to Al. Like, will you shut up 1 second?
Don't ruin the moment. Don't ruin this money shot.
Oh man.
Can you
quiet down, Al?
Imagine,
let Chris go.
You're not thinking about it, but yeah, like Collinsworth's on there going like, oh yeah, like the other day when those guys jumped off sides and he was like, oh yeah.
By the way,
imagine if you were coming.
I tweeted about this when that happened, and I hate when that happens. When they go off sides and it's not offside.
Yeah.
It was. I was like, I had a room,
a neutral zone infraction
people,
or whatever.
But I had friends over, and I was like, off! He's off! And then they come in neutral zone infraction. I'm like,
shut the fuck
now
up.
you're making me sound dumb.
Yeah,
I knew what it was, but it's easy to yell off.
Right.
But
if you're watching Mike Breen and you're jerking off and there's a bang or any of the catchphrases, if you got Gus Johnson on the fucking an old school Gus Johnson call while you're cracking it. I mean, that actually might be one where I was masturbating. From the parking lot! Oh, yeah.
Don Orsillo, Jerry Remy? Yeah.
Sure.
Jack Edwards, Andy Brickley? Yeah.
I mean, Keith Hernandez? Sure. Yeah. Keith, I have 100% jerked off to a Mets broadcast.
Yeah. Oh, I mean.
Like, Gary, Keith, and Ron, I have come to those guys probably more as often as porn.
It is.
Because, I mean, baseball's on every single night for like 8 months for hours, like the entire masturbation period of the night. Baseball's on. So, yeah, baseball for sure. Gary Cohen, I've come to your voice.
Yeah, that's why it works in reverse for me. I can't think about baseball when I'm trying not to come because I'm just like.
I'm always thinking about coming.
I'm like, time to come.
Especially when you're jerking off, you're trying to get to the point. It's like, it actually speeds things up. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I mean, this is so.
It is a good question. I didn't get what she was saying until the end when she was like, for instance, I've masturbated while watching a documentary Pompeii. Now I get it.
But we've done it so much that we can't specify. So I would love to hear other people's that they have the one thing that jumped out. Like,
I would say it's
remember that time we
masturbated during. No, I think she probably said it right. It needs some clarification.
Yeah,
which she gave.
So get asked with your answers. Head over to the YouTube page, KFC Radio. We have all these clips and highlights of the episodes, so you can check it out and leave a comment below after you subscribe and hit the bell button. Leave a comment. What's the weirdest thing that's been on the TV while you happen to masturbate? That it especially once you like after you come and you're like, oh man, Neil deGrasse Tyson's talking, like, then all of a sudden you shared an intimate moment with that guy. So let us know weirdest thing you've ever masturbated during, and subscribe to all our channels on YouTube and like, rate, review, all that shit. Go give us a review and subscribe to the new Friday Night Pints podcast feed. So make sure you hit us with all the reviews, all the subscriptions, all the ratings, and shout out to Feits, who's throwing another $1,000 plus towards the Barstool Fund. There was 200 plus reviews and ratings that that were left on the Friday Night Pints channel, and Feits said he was going to do $5 per rating. So more money to the Barstool Fund. If you want to contribute, go to barstoolfund.com, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
If you made it this far, you
Long
watched
time.
the whole episode. You have to.
I've never watched a full episode. If you watched a full episode,
never watched like 10 minutes of an episode.
you really, really like us.
Or you hate us, but like have a fetish to watch us. And
Yeah.
whatever the reason is, you've made it this far. You're going to want to watch more.
You should want to watch more.
And you actually owe it to us to click the subscribe button. If you have watched that much time, you now owe us in the form of clicking the subscribe button.
That's internet currency.
And hitting the bell icon.
Yes.
I don't even know what the bell icon is, but they tell me
I
to
think
say
it
that.
sets a reminder for you. And also leave comments for what your favorite voicemail was, all kinds of that fun stuff. But you owe it to us to do it. Law. Internet law.
law.